So TCH Social, we're trying to expand and give a slightly more elevated experience. We wanted to have, the full bar, full restaurant experience. I think one of the things that has been lacking at some of our other locations is, provide, top quality food. And
Justin Richardson, I'm the corporate chef with Texas Card House.
Chef Justin, since he came on, has really helped us hone in on what our guests are really looking for.
The sweetness from the strawberry contrasts with the beautiful saltiness from the bacon.
I wanted to take something that was easy, flexible, and convenient for our players to enjoy so that they can continue playing, make it a little bit more of a homey, loungy, comforting environment versus your average poker house.
Yep. Chef Justin, how's it going?
Good, how are y'all? How was the game?
Oh, it was
great.
Awesome.
Man, we just did a tasting and it could not have been better.
So we came at the new menu with the approach of what do they already love? What do the guests already really appreciate? And what can we build upon?
Good news is Bad Beat Bacon's still good from the second time.
This is the best Bad Beat Bacon I think I've ever had.
I definitely think the Bad Beat Bacon was one of those items that kind of set the tone for where we wanted to take the direction of the menu and kind of some of the concepts.
And those eggs are just waiting to explode over there. The tater tots, all the stuff, you get all the stuff mixed with it, really good. The chicken sandwich was killer. It's thinking about fried chicken places, you think of Chick-fil-A, but I'd put our chicken up against any of those.
Because I'm just such a nerd for chicken sandwiches and I love good coleslaw too.
So I haven't had, what is this? This is new.
French toast steaks. Oh my gosh. Man.
That's a little piece of the Bad Beat Bacon on top.
This is the best dessert I've ever had.
With French toast, you can overcook it, undercook it, but
That's perfect. This stuff in Vegas would be like
That'd be $80.
2 or 3 times the price.
It would literally be like $24.
Through Sunday, play at TCH Social Austin for $10 an hour. It's our way of saying thank you. Your support has made TCH Social the premier poker experience in the greater Austin area. $5 domestic beers, $5 jellyfish, $6 burger and fries. This Wednesday through Sunday from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Only at TCH Social Austin.
I live in TCH, or I live in Houston, and I play TCH Spring. It's nowhere near as nice as this one. It's very nice.
Hello, I'm sorry about that. Looks like we are on. We were too busy chatting away here.
I know, we were just yakking away, having a good time.
Yeah. So great. My name is Dante at Dante Poker. This is actually my first time commentating on this new stream, and I'm incredibly excited. The room is beautiful. Been here a few times already. Of course, I was on vacation.
Yep.
But we are doing a 1-2-5. I think bringing in for 5. Is that what we're?
Yep. 1-2-5
So
or 5-5.
5-5.
Yeah, that's my understanding. And we've got Uncle T here with Dante on your Wednesday night. Really glad to have you. A little different setup for our Wednesday night live stream with the PLO. A couple of players you might not know, and we will talk about them. Dre being one of them, or Bray. Okay, Bray's one of them. And, of course, Fireman Scott, bracelet holder from 2023 in the PLO Hold'em Round of Each. So, got a celebrity in the house.
Really nice guy, too.
Oh, yeah.
Talked to him here a few minutes before the stream. So, we got Lottie.
Lottie's in the house.
So now we get to pick Lottie apart. I told him personally that we were going to roast him. So.
Yeah, well, of course. As Guapo picks up kings, single suited. Lottie comes in with king, queen, 9-8. Right now, Jack 9 is the best hand. Bray has it. Makes the call.
Thank you very much.
Lottie gets out of the way. Bray takes it down. As we have our 6 player, we're just playing 6 players tonight.
Yeah.
How are your biscuits?
Yeah, so you're behind that.
I just, for everybody in there, I ordered me some biscuits and gravy.
They look
and
awesome.
They're pretty amazing.
They look
I love
awesome.
I'm a connoisseur of biscuits and gravy. This is one of the best I've had. So the food here is really delicious. I always see them walking around with plates, and I'm like, man. All right, testing.
Yep.
Yeah?
Sound good to me, but as we get to hand number 3, we did not see the first hand, a little bit of a camera issue that we fixed. So you got a nice view of this beautiful featured table area, live stream area here at TCH Austin Social. TCH Social Austin. Kristen in the box. And our best friend Mel producing tonight.
Yeah, tell him to put his name on it. Yes, please. 5 to call.
All right, we got Rick here. Rick is probably going to play every hand.
yeah, we were talking about the most aggressive players.
Especially in PLO.
By the way, it does look like it's 1-2-5. So.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was 5-5.
So it's 1-2, bring in for 5. I thought it, yeah.
Seat Buddy. That's a nice name. Of course, we know him by another name. We'll call him our buddy tonight. Fireman Scott comes in with the 9s, as does Bray. With an ace and a little bit of a middle wrap.
You got some of these less desirable holdings are in for that.
yeah.
I mean,
and all the 9s are
more
gone.
of the PLO players.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. It was hard on me last night at our tournament. We have our $120 Tuesday night tournament. I feel like playing some PLO.
That's a good price too if you're learning.
Oh, it's fun. Usually doesn't go too deep into the night.
6 check.
This goes check all the way around.
Bray's got the best of it. There's a king for Rick and an ace for. No, I don't see 2 pair.
I see Rick with the flush.
Oh,
draw.
7-4 for Fireman Scott. He does have 2 pair.
Rick's gonna lay it down.
8-3.
Yep. Single pair, that's hard to mess with. See, Buddy lays down his open ender. Bray takes the second hand in a row.
He's probably saying this is pretty easy.
Yeah, it's an easy game. It's not, but yeah, you can't really see it, but Fireman Scott's wearing his 2023 bracelet. Got to see that at the bar beforehand. It's beautiful, heavy as hell.
I saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, we had our whole commentating crew here except for AA. Ron, Lottie's in the house.
I saw Kyle.
Kyle's in the house. You and I.
We all have to do a stream together.
We do. We have to do. I think it might give Lottie an aneurysm, but yeah, we do. That would be fun. That would be too fun.
It basically just hops from each Texas Card House location every month.
All of them on the scanner at once is what it wants.
The one in Rio Grande Valley is the day after Christmas.
Lottie wakes up with single suited. Well, it's ace 10 is suited with queens. Not a bad hand to start with, especially with all Broadway cards. He wants a.
He's definitely looking
high
for some
board.
Broadway cards to hit here. That's a pretty decent hand there for Mr. William Lottie.
Yeah.
Fireman Scott says.
Yeah.
It's 1-2-5 up.
Yeah, I'll talk about this as the night goes on, but he was telling me as Bray comes up with double suited aces and kings. Wow. Well, that's a pretty hand, but you got a low board. It's not worth much. Actually, Fireman Scott's in pretty good shape here. Yep.
The problem for Lottie is, just like in Hold'em, is that if he calls, what if Fireman Scott rejams?
Yeah.
Because he did bet. He did 3-bet there.
Yeah,
so.
he's caught in the middle there a little bit. And an aggressive player in Fireman Scott could very well do that. He's not going to do that with this hand.
So I like the fold by Mr. Lottie. It was a really good fold. Don't worry, William. I'm going to find something you made a mistake on. I'm going to roast you. Give us a second.
As the ace shows up and the king.
Gosh.
Oh my gosh!
It's like one of those where you dominate so hard. What do you do?
Yeah, well, not make money. Although Fireman Scott does have the clubs.
He does have the clubs. No, he doesn't. No, he does. They're kind of weak.
Yeah, they're weak clubs.
I think it's good for our call.
Yep.
It's hard to continue, though, on the turn.
Oh, and he comes over the
Oh,
top
he
all
does.
in.
Is that a check raise?
No, it's an all-in raise.
Check jam?
Oh, my gosh.
2 turns, 2 rivers.
It is all in,
Yeah,
folks.
Bray's never going anywhere.
No.
The only problem is
no.
he's got his own outs.
Are they going to roll this over? I want to see Fireman Scott's face. Oh, they're going to run it
Oh,
twice.
a straight.
No.
Straight misses.
No.
I have that board.
No, 8-10. He did hit.
8-9.
8-10. Fireman Scott
he's
won
got
the
a
top.
10, yeah.
So they're going to chop this. That would have been so unjust. Oh my
you know
gosh.
What? That's PLO.
That is PLO. I mean, you saw the equity before it went all one way. Yeah, that is PLO in a nutshell. You have double suited aces and kings. You get beat by 10-9, 8-6. Wow. If he had hit a club on that bottom board on that second run through, that would have been mean. All right, well.
That's why he has the bracelet.
Yes,
We don't.
yeah, that's exactly right. Why I would have never been in that hand, much less jam over the top of a pot-sized bet. Oh, wow. Okay, well, let's hope this is a precursor of things to come.
Yeah, Bray looks like a player.
Yeah, he does.
He seems to be a little aggressive. We do have a few nits at the table.
Yeah, I would have had.
Yeah, we do.
And you know what? When you go on a stream, I'm going to be nice. When you go on a stream, expect to be called a nit.
Yeah. And well, we're polarized here. And I can tell already that the right side of the table on the screen is going to be the fast movers, and the left side is going to be the nets. So we're going to have the Jets and the Sharks here a little bit.
Well, I would probably. Man,
the nits and the Sharks.
They can use that to his advantage.
Yeah.
I've seen William really open up on people.
Oh, I have too. He bluffed me off a hand once, and I was like, what? I mean, I folded because it was him. So he does use his image well. All right, this is more of a PLO hand right here. Nothing really exciting.
I'd say it's more of a bomb pot.
Yeah, that does look like a bomb pot hand.
All right, who's got the ace?
Nobody has got an ace. Backdoor hearts, backdoor diamonds, backdoor clubs. And we get the rainbow card. No flushes in play now. Really not any straights.
I've seen that concept tried a couple of times.
I have tried it a few times with 9-handed poker.
And Rick is going to take down that.
Well, folks, there's not many of you out here, but we encourage you to chat. We always like to hear your comments. That's the handsome Matt Bray of the Poker Stallions. You know, is that a biker gang? I don't know.
Overnight had tried something like that at one point. It's like Joe Stapleton trying to do a talk show.
He is a handsome man, though. I'll give him that. All our players are handsome.
I'm not sure if they have either of them quite nailed. It's like they get like one hand before a commercial break, like one hand at a time, and then like the conversation itself would sort of go all over the place.
So if you haven't joined us before on the live stream, we're going to be having statistics roll across the bottom of the table as the lovely Hawk. There's a lovely person that just walked into the middle of all this handsomeness. Our servers here at TCH Social are just the best. So attentive, and again, when you're serving the food here, you have a lot of happy customers.
Yeah. Speaking of customers, there are 8 tables out there.
I know.
That's amazing. We had tournament today. We have multiple tournaments now every day.
Yeah. Yep.
So please make your way down here. And this room it blew my expectations away. I didn't.
Yep. Yep. As we get a set of 9s for Lottie here on a board that's all clubs, but no one has them. So it looks like Rick is going to fire off here into 2 checks, being in position. Completely in position, he's actually. Excuse me, folks.
We have set over set.
Yeah, we do.
And Rick has the blockers to queen 9.
Yeah, so now the boat comes in. That's going to be scary for Lottie, although if anybody can handle scary, he can. With our buddy, the clubs get there, not a factor. He's got top boat. He's feeling good about it. Let's see what Lottie does here. See if he sussed this thing out. $65 he's never going to raise. Maybe. He's coming in with a raise. Bad timing for Lottie. Okay, here's your roast opportunity.
What do you think he's betting there, Mr. Lottie?
Yeah.
He's first to act. Sure, the clubs came in, but the board is paired.
Yep. Bad news. Boat over boat.
Yeah. I wonder why Buddy didn't jam there.
I don't know. Maybe he's worried about the quads. I don't know. Maybe he thought he'd never get a call, but I always am going to throw it out there. I'd rather leave him guessing. Yeah, it's pretty nitty. Well, like I said, this is the nits versus the shark. So the nit end of the table, maybe not as big a pot as it could have been. Mattress Max stable. Oh, yeah, of course.
What's that? I drew dead and got there.
JD, the new place is a little quiet today. Like I said, we had plenty of tables, but meetup game at Walmart is take quite a few players over there, and they're also having promotions. So it's a little quiet today. Come up and play. As we get, who is that person? I don't know. Who is Casey? You know Casey?
Nope.
Oh, Casey. Well, thank you. That was awful nice. I thought it might be a friend of Dante's with that
my
last
wife.
name. I know. I just wanted to throw that out.
Or she's
Who
my
is
emergency
that?
contact.
Yeah, that was a net call, Joe. I agree. Well, hello, Casey. Are you as tanned as this man next to me? Because I'm feeling like the whitest man on planet Earth.
I'm hoping for 8's full. I'm hoping with the.
He's sending me pictures of his feet in a beautiful beach all vacation, so I'm a little bit miffed at him.
It was nice. My wife doesn't really tan.
Well, I'm Irish, so you know I don't tan.
Yeah, close enough.
75?
I have all the tan potential of a catfish belly. Fish belly
We got
white.
some ace king here, 8 with a suited ace. The flop is, it's got a gutter there.
Yep.
Brady, but
Yeah, that one went down quick. Bray's taking a couple of small pots, showing a little aggression early. An unconnected board like that. I mean, the 3-5 was possible, but he's going to probably, I expect he and Fireman Scott are going to be a little bit more aggressive than maybe the group that we usually got playing PLO. We used to have our monthly PLO. You played in it.
Mm-hmm.
Remember my Royal Flush?
yes, I was against me. He had a royal flush when I had a boat.
We had the same boat.
We had the same boat, and then the king of diamonds comes out, whatever it was.
My most embarrassing live stream episode ever, when Sam looked at me and said, Tom, you have the royal. I had no idea. I dismissed the diamonds because of the boats. So that was embarrassing. But I took the money anyway. There is nothing as satisfying as beating one of your co-workers out of a hand.
I have never had, even in PLO, I've never had a royal flush.
Really?
Never. In my
Really?
life. I've had lots of straight flushes, but.
I actually had Jesse about 2 months ago deal me a royal in Hold'em. Only had one card to the royal and got led into. Queen of Spades made my royal. The guy was so steamed. The very next hand, Jesse dealt me aces, and I almost jumped up and kissed him on the spot because I knew this guy was so hot. I think I've told this story on the stream before, that if I just checked to him, he was jamming with the remainder of his stack, and he did. So you get the royal, and then Jesse gives you the aces, and actually you had another player had queens in the hand who stuck around, and we ran it twice, and I won both boards. That was a couple of months ago. Jesse is now on my Christmas card list.
I just get them all gift cards.
Quick bet by Fireman Scott. Very quick bet.
Well,
That-
see, Buddy has a gutter here with top
Yeah, he
pair.
does.
All right, and Holden, that would be a good hand.
Yeah, diamonds are in play. No diamonds in the player's hands.
I think actually he doesn't know, but see, Buddy's actually in the lead here.
Oh, way in the lead. Yeah. Yeah. He lets it, the net side of the table lets it go. The aggressive side of the table takes it down. Buddy, who I can't hardly say Buddy because I know his real name. I won't out him in case he's hiding from somebody.
While doing a live stream.
Good PLO player. Plays in that monthly that we had, which I'm hoping to fire back up. So you'll see the statistics are not rolling across the bottom of the board. Don't really know why that's happening, but we'll try to get that settled. It's not really important right now. So Casey says not even close. I assume that's to the 10 question.
Yeah. She wears drapings over her shoulders, big hat, glasses. Oh, let's just go back to the room.
Or get you a tent for that, or a
she
pole
likes,
for that tent.
she
you're
likes
wearing. I actually
looking
have
for
to do the
shells.
same thing. I have a lot of like rash guard shirts and things like that because I dive or I snorkel. I've got to cover it all up. So I have so much rash guard gear. I look like I'm wearing, I don't know, some sort of Hollywood unibody suit on rodeo but I have to cover it up.
Well, she talked me into going to the manta ray, to swim with the manta rays.
Oh yeah, I'd love that. Was it at night?
Oh, yeah, because they do the light.
Yeah,
so
they do
attracts
the big
plankton.
loops and things.
Yeah, they just come right up, and you're like, ah!
Yeah, that's intimidating. They're one of the most.
Like, what if their wing, whatever hits me, and that's not a wing. But I was,
yeah, it is a wing.
Yeah, I was petrified.
Yeah.
We only saw two, but it's pretty exciting. I actually, until recently, I didn't know the difference between a stingray and a manta ray. Set of 7.
Ray takes it down again, but he hit that board hard, so that's to be expected. Yeah, I've seen videos of that. I think it was my cousin Jason that saw that, and he said it was intimidating and awe-inspiring at the same time.
It was.
See them come out of the dark, do the big loop at the surface, and then go back down. Yep, love to see that. I've only seen a manna in the wild once.
I have never.
Eagle rays and stingrays, but never a manta, or just the ones. It was at the distance. Yeah, they're big.
They said the biggest one they have there is 18 feet from
wide,
wing.
tip to tip.
That's
wow.
That's
like,
the one I saw was probably like
shark size. Good lord.
The one we saw was about 12 feet.
Yeah,
still huge.
Did they have their mouth flaps out in front of them?
That's I don't know where their mouth was. I know they had the big barrel chest with nothing in it.
Yes.
They're just scooping them up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're amazing animals. Amazing.
It was an experience.
Now I'm envious. Now I'm even more angry at him, Casey.
Yeah.
So
next time I'm going to try more adventures.
More adventures and the adventures
zip line.
Casey and Dante in Hawaii. I'm jealous. I haven't been on a beach in a long time. Fireman Scott with ace jack 10. He's got the best hand so far. Rick's got single suited 8s. Not great, but Rick likes a lot of the hands.
The hands that the players are electing to play in are
broad.
a little light.
Yeah, light and broad.
But going, it's a bomb pot. That's fun. No, it's not. And going to only 6-handed, though, you do have to open up your range in PLO.
Yep.
And in Holder, in any card game. So
2 pair for Fireman Scott. Queen for Seat Buddy's about the only one that's got something. Kind of a dead card there. Didn't see clubs in anybody's hands. Yeah. Oh, yeah, 10-3. 10-3, yeah.
And he's got the nut clubs because the ace of clubs is already on the flop there. So.
Oh yeah, Bray. And
he's got nut clubs with a gutter.
Wow, $55 bet by Bray is called off by Seat Buddy and Fireman Scott. He's still got the best hand right now.
Kind of a rock going on.
Well, I take it back. Oh yeah, the King Jack. He's already got the nuts, Bray. Boy,
Yeah,
we got to catch up.
So
We've got to be tuned in, I guess, because this is PLO. and it's still going to be good. Oh, no, A7 is good. Fireman Scott's got it.
Although a club didn't hit for, that's actually a horrible card. Although a club didn't hit for Bray, he was hoping for a club, although he does have the nut straight because he could chop with another nut straight. So he really wanted that club. And now with a bet with the board pairing, it's almost always a boat.
Yeah, and a $75 bet.
Yeah,
or
especially who's betting that. And they were just calling you all the way down and they donk lead out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's going to call the half pot bet, and he's going to get the bad news.
And it was a half pot bet, which is even more suspicious.
Wayne, I'm sorry. See, Buddy's going to fold as we expected, and he's going to see you got there. Well, good hand. Nice little pot. Made the right size bet. That should have been a clue.
Yeah, I didn't even see this straight until later. I was just focused on he's got to hit that club.
Yep.
When in reality, he had a.
Well, this is where
draws.
Kyle is really good for me. He's always looking. We don't have it right now. We should call it up here at the equities. He actually, when they pop up on the board, he's looking at the equities, and I'm looking at the hands, because it's like that. Now that's bomb pots, and with bomb pots, you really have to do it, because otherwise, pre-flop, you're just like, all right, we're going to let him get to the turn, and then we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
sort it out. But even with PLO, it's just there's so many things going on.
I almost feel like you have to chase a lot, PLO.
Yeah, well, you do.
You do. You do. Your top set's never going to, rarely, we'll see it come up. It rarely holds up unless a boat comes. And Lottie with pocket kings there. I believe one of his kings was suited. So, and he's in the.
Guapo hasn't played a hand in a little while. Fireman Scott gets a premium for him, but he folds it.
Yeah, not a lot of premiums going around here.
No, not yet.
So you got to open
just
up
the
that
aces
range.
and kings, which got little action. So Lottie gets Bray to call with kind of a low board hand. Not a low board run out. Or not run out, but flop. Biscuit's good.
Amazing.
Amazing.
The biscuits is better than gravy.
No. We'll hose you down in a little bit. So Lottie's kings are still good.
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be, but they are. Nobody had a deuce. No straights out there, no flushes. Oh, he scoops a small pot. $38. He's got some work to do to get back to flush.
Hey, Spiros, is there any way somebody can put this on the
Hand number 12, Roger Staubach.
Is that Roger Staubach? You played for the Cowboys, right?
I wish you could see the look on my face right now, Casey, as I look at that man.
Hey, my Eagles lost, so. They lost in the worst way.
Yeah, they did. Everybody lost that was supposed to win on Sunday.
Yeah, the Ravens, the Cowboys, the 49ers,
Detroit, yeah,
Eagles.
Yeah.
It's like one of those.
But
of course, the Chiefs won.
Yeah, of course, and the Bills destroyed Miami. That's
well,
no
the
surprise.
Chiefs and the refs won.
I don't know who that is. You mean the Commanders?
The refs.
Oh, the
For
refs.
the
I thought you said the other name for the
because of it.
Bomb pot. See, Buddy's got a whole lot of nothing. Lottie's got a pretty good hand, but he hasn't hit the board. Guapo's got a set. I'm sorry, trips. Doesn't have much on the other. He does have a gut shotter to the 10.
Yeah, he hasn't played a lot of hands either.
No, he hasn't had a lot of hands so far.
You don't have to put somebody on a red eye when they want to pull somebody up.
Everybody calls the 25. Well, so far we got the 2 callers. We'll see what Lottie does. This is not his board. He's going to get away from it. So does Buddy.
But they come over here sometimes.
Guapo's got the best hand. He's going to stick around. Lottie's looking at the board going, yeah, no.
Yeah, so am I.
So we got 3 to the turn.
If Guapo gets a 10, he's got the straight.
Yep.
So he's got a little more equity going on.
And
for
he's
him.
got diamonds, although he doesn't feel good about those diamonds.
71 to win the World Series. Because if they get in there, anything can happen. You know what I mean? And then even if they make it to the World Series.
Guapo still has just the trips, which is hard to play. Well,
Yeah.
Guapo and Fireman Scott have the trips.
Back on the field.
Fireman Scott's got the better hand because of the kicker.
Yeah, I think Guapo can lay this down.
Yeah.
It's not.
So-
He's got one board. He's got a pair on the other board, but it's third
Yeah.
pair.
Still needs the 10 or a diamond, which again he can't. He's got diamonds on both, 10 high diamonds on both. So technically, he's kind of got a bit of an insurance plan, not much of one. He doesn't pay out well.
Yeah, this wasn't even supposed to be the year yet.
No help, but a paired board on the top. That may actually get
See?
Guapo to stay in the hand.
Yeah, because it's less likely someone has a boat, right? The fours.
Right.
He's only losing to 3s and 9-3.
Yeah.
It's just harder for people. It's just harder for opponents to have a hand that can.
Yeah, he loses to 4-9, 4-3.
But
threes.
Fireman Scott does have the boat.
Yeah, he does. He has the boat.
Somehow he hit his low card.
Yep, flopped it.
Good fold for Guapo.
Yeah.
I mean,
not too tough.
Yeah, it wasn't that tough. But
Because he had nothing.
A lot
to
of
work
people
with
would
on the
stay
top.
with that.
Yeah.
Mets draft him, and then he goes the physical.
Did you see what he did in Round Rock when he did one game and two?
I didn't.
Well, folks, appreciate you joining our live stream, PLO. For those of you that have just joined us, or joined recently, playing 125 PLO. Fireman Scott, the 2023 bracelet winner in round of PLO, round of Hold'em. Brought his bracelet, which you could just barely see there on his left right arm. We got to see.
Oh, he showed it to me.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. So he got this game. He's one of the Houston crew.
Yeah, and he watches the show
As is
too.
Bray.
So.
John Rocker was the guy from the 90s, who played for
And we've got it divided up the table into the net side on the left and the more
You literally
aggressive
could draw a
side.
line right down
Yeah, yeah, very much.
And hey, there's nothing wrong with either style.
No.
I actually probably more knit. I used to be uber aggressive, but now I'm
Yeah.
more.
On PLO you were?
No, in regular Hold'em.
Okay.
PLO, I was way knit.
Yeah, and I still am.
Either I'm drawing to the nets or have the nets.
I always say when I'm playing too loose and Hold'em, I go play PLO for a while, and it's like a chiropractic adjustment to my poker.
Real player, real athlete. Not John Rocker.
Yeah. Who was office rocker.
All right, so not much to look at. Pair of sevens, pair of fours. A
Haven't
bit of
had
a
the
middle
giant,
wrap. For,
haven't had the
for
giant
yeah.
clash yet, which PLO will generate here.
Ace does hit the board and a 7, so Guapo's got the same thing he had last time. He's got 3 of a kind. This time it's set. Can't feel too good. Well, yeah, you can't feel too good about that jack being on the board, which is his card as well. Less opportunity to pair the
Yeah,
board.
he can look at it two ways, right? He can look at it like it's less likely somebody has a better set because I blocked that jack.
Yep. This is
And
not
then
like
oh my God, I'm blocking my own house.
Yep.
Kind of thing. So.
Yeah, that's the first thing I think about when I see a card I've got in my hand. And, of course, there's the jack in Bray's hand he doesn't know about. But Bray's going to be aggressive here.
Yeah, he's just calling with that gut shot. I wonder if he has plans on later streets to if he can get his heads
I think
up.
that's an aggressive call or a very optimistic call. It might give Guapo pause as the clubs come in. Of course, nobody's got clubs. Oh, I take it back. Rick does have clubs. Oh my gosh.
He's got nut? No, he doesn't. It's 10 high club.
No, it's spades for the nuts and 10 high.
I actually don't like the jam. And there's different ways, right? He's got who's going to call him is probably a better flush.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think like no one's calling you unless they have you beat. So let's get some people betting weaker flushes or two pairs.
It works, but I totally agree with you. That somebody asked me, a player in a tournament, he said, "Why did you give me that look when I shoved?" And I said, "Whoa, I gave you a look." And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, honestly, I thought to myself when you shoved, the only time you get a call is with a better hand when I saw what you had." So he flipped it over, which I'd never recommend doing when you don't get a caller. But and he was like, "Oh, really?" I said, "Yeah." And I think kind of a younger player didn't think about it, but yeah. Unless you're trying to push off a targeted hand.
Yeah, that's a different story. Yeah, you can use that reverse, and like, oh, a scare card comes and you shove.
Yeah. unless you just want to give Bray all the credit in the world and say he knew exactly where he was at, there's a set I'm facing and I don't want him to get to the river. I don't want the board to pair, you know? Then you could say that aggressive bet, that pot size bet is a, yeah, I don't think it was quite pot size, but yeah, maybe that's to keep somebody or push somebody out of the hand who's trying to get the boat. I don't know. I'll give him credit.
Fireman Scott is suited 7-3. I thought he was going to play it. Rick almost has the same.
Yeah, Rick's
hand.
got the rainbow.
He's going to play. I think Rick's going to be 100%.
Lottie's got the unsuited aces.
He's got to raise it, though.
Yeah, he's got to.
He's got to raise it.
Got to protect that hand.
And it looks like he does 3-bet this.
Yes. Looks like 55. Can't tell. 47. Oh, yeah, 62.
Rick's going to let this go. I suspect, yeah.
He does get a call from Ace Queen 9-8.
Yeah, I don't like that call.
No, especially if you know what Lottie has.
You
He's got all of his cards.
Yeah, you can't get a flush.
No.
That's the problem.
Yeah. And in whatever he doesn't know this is he hits Queen 9, which is also what Lottie has.
So his aces don't even play now.
Yeah, exactly.
They both have Queen 9.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was just about to say, if he knew what his outs were being soaked up by, all in Lottie's hands, then he wouldn't. But they're going to play their middle and bottom pair, and both of them are going to boat up. How is that possible? How is that possible we get the case 9?
We're going to see Lottie here jam. I think Lottie checked. No, I think it's a check jam.
And, it may give Wayne, so I'm sorry, Buddy, pause that he has kings if he does jam. I don't think Lottie will. I think he'll smooth here.
I'd love to see a raise.
I would too, but he does know what we know.
Because if you just call, now you have to check it.
Yeah.
He bets, and a lot of times people are like, I have showdown.
Yeah, and he does. He checks.
Yeah, see, that's.
And Wayne's going to come out for now Lottie's got to worry about a value bet of 250.
Ace 9.
No, Lottie's not even hesitating. He's going to make the call. He's going, all right. He's going to think about the kings. He's going to comment to him. Can't tell what he said. How much do you have behind, he asks. Which is good at evaluating the pot commitment of your, or your stack commitment. Did he put him all in? Yes, he did. Wow, Lottie, you're my hero. You have nothing to criticize him or burn him on for this one. This is going to make Wayne think he has kings. And Wayne makes the call. Hats off. They're going to go, this is where I'd slow roll the chop.
Say something. How did you get that queen?
How did you have a 9? How did you have a queen? I've said that so many times in the hand. I'll have a pair in my hand, and I block everything that's going to beat me, and the other person rolls out. I had a hand where the queen 10 was, I had queen 10. And I got the Broadway, and I had a heart redraw. And we got it all in before we got to the river, and they both had queen 10. I'm like, how is that possible that you both have queen 10? Good thing is I won the hand because the hearts hit. But
the hearts came?
Yeah, the hearts came in, and I was like, I don't care. Y'all are forgiven. I didn't get nice comments to me. But there's so many times you have that. It's like, how can they have this? I've got 2 of them. That's bomb pots, though.
Yeah, I'm not very active in bomb pots. Sometimes I'll even sit out.
Yeah, I got 3/4 of that hand.
I think bomb pots take too long.
Yep. Yeah, bomb pots are a good night of Hold'em gone bad or a bad night of Hold'em gone good. That's what I always say. Sometimes it's both. It's just bad. Rarely good.
You got Rick here. Feeling a little quiet. He's played a lot of hands. It's tried. He's just not. Cards aren't going his way.
Yeah, Guapo finally gets a good hand. Fireman Scott does not, and he folds it. I guess you just got to have trips to get him to fold.
He's got 3 2s.
I'm always amazed at how I'll have 3 in my hands. Bomb pot, we get to the flop
and you hit.
And you hit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now what do I do? So Bray being the aggressor, pre-flop raises to 35 and gets 2 callers.
Look at that.
No one has. Oh,
Some
Rick has
spades.
small diamonds. Now the diamonds hit. Of course, Rick can't feel good about them. And he's probably going to fold to a good bet by Bray.
I think he's going to call. He's got diamonds. He's in a position. He's aggressive, too. He hates letting hands go.
Ah, you know it better than I do.
And I think because he's just in calling mode, he's never raising or betting. So he can't let that flush go.
So Bray needs a queen or a 7.
He's also got the straight flush to think about.
He does get a board pair. Not the
He
ones
can use
he wanted.
that. Oh, he doesn't use it.
No. Tiny little diamonds wins. Hats off to Rick. Good call.
And Rick's like, I'm sorry, man. You don't know me. I play every day.
Yeah. I tell you what, it's probably given a bit of an image of what we know already about him.
Yeah.
They haven't played with him before.
He'll reverse it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he and Kiki play very similar in my mind.
I know he does.
Yeah. Yeah. Those of you that's familiar with our live stream at the old building, there are 2 or 3 hands in any session with him. I go, what? But he can also be very, very strong. So not afraid to get it in.
Yeah, I played before the stream. I played at Chase on my left.
Yeah.
I couldn't catch anything when the triple straw was on.
Yeah,
I couldn't catch anything against him.
Yeah.
Everybody else did.
I'm going to turn up. Hopefully David won't curse at me, but I'm going to turn up the table a little bit. Do we have the table controls here? I don't see them. Maybe David is wisely not giving us control of our table mics. I know y'all can't hear much. Once again, we encourage you to comment and hit the like button. We like chatters. And by the way, we now, because of the genius of Lottie, I know how to put your comments up for everybody to see, not just the chatters. So say something cute, say something funny, don't say something ugly or politically incorrect, and we will put you up there. Including your better half. She says something. What is the most embarrassing thing that Dante did on vacation?
Oh, that's easy. I couldn't get out of the water because of the surf. So
Really? You were just tumbling around?
Every time.
That surf is crazy. Really dry board that Bray just got a tiny piece of. Diamonds are in play.
Yeah, exactly.
On a pair of boards. And diamonds do get there. So queen 7 is good for Rick. He doesn't know that because the paired board, probably not going to be a big pot. And of course it's Rick, so he bets. Yep, nothing at all. Oh, the open-ender didn't hit for Rick. Or take it, Rick had the open-ender. I think Bray did as well.
Yeah, it's one of those instances where Rick knew he wasn't going to win unless he bets.
So, John, is that a transition for him, Hold'em to PLO? That's great. That's great. I made that transition myself about 5 or 6 years ago. Like to see those Hold'em players learn to play PLO. I always tell them, come to the tournament we have here on Tuesday night. We used to have one on Friday night. Now it's on Tuesday night. You fairly low risk, $120 buy-in. I believe it's $3K and is going to go up to $4K guarantee is what I was told last night. If you want to get some good bomb pot practice, come play PLO on Tuesday night up here at TCH Social.
Yeah, I like the fact that we have two tournaments a day. Roughly.
Yeah, I got the day tournaments too, which of course I'm working, so I'm always thinking about it during the day, seeing if I work from home, so if I can pull a hamstring on the crew and go play during the day. I'll do it eventually.
6 rates, 20. 7 raise.
We are too, Tim. We are too. We're looking forward to the Trailblazer Series starting next month, and we will put up an advertisement of such a thing. We had it at the opening of the live stream, and we'll do it here in a minute when we hit the 1 hour mark, if I remember, which we're coming up on. We started a little bit late today. 2 players in the hand.
Going back to our traditional PLO versus the bomb pots.
Yep.
And we see Fireman Scott with 2 pair.
Ray
I don't
with the
like
gut
2
shot.
pair. Yeah, he's just looking to spike that jack. And that'll give Fireman Scott 3 pair.
Wow.
Now he's got the boat.
So that's the end of that, as they say. Let's see, a bit. It looks like a pretty big bet here. He's not going to get called. Yeah, he's going to show it. He's like, don't mess with the man. He was called Cowboy Scott.
He was?
He was.
Is
but
he a firefighter?
he said he showed up a lot for the streams and for games. Still in his fireman gear, being a Houston firefighter. Thank you for your service, Scott. And so they started calling Fireman Scott. So they changed it. He's Cowboy Scott today, obviously. Had a really lovely belt buckle on, which are important to Texans everywhere. Not to Pennsylvanians, I don't guess.
I've met a few. There's a couple working here, including our
Pennsylvanians
producer, David.
or Cowboys?
Yeah. Pennsylvania.
Oh.
David's an Eagle fan.
Is he really?
He's born in Pennsylvania. Spiros.
Spiros, I know. I've talked to Spiro about it before. And yeah, that's hard on me. But, you know, any Cowboy fan tell you that the Eagles are the least important of our enemies. We put the Giants.
Right. Your biggest enemy is your owner.
And yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's our obstacle to success, being Cowboy
If you
fans.
got a real general manager, I think you guys would be favored.
Well, I pray for Jerry's retirement because I think that his son will.
He's
do a
80,
much better
right?
job. Huh?
82?
I think he's older than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm not going to say what I'm thinking out loud. So kings and queens for Guapo, not suited. 10s for Bray, but Guapo's shoving that bad boy. He's a little bit short stacked.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, right? But
probably
it's
not
not a
gonna
great
get
hand,
called.
right? Unless they're double suited. Just hoping that the forward equity is there. This guy's played a hand, now he just jams.
Yeah, Buddy is thinking about it. I'm not sure. I guess he's going to make the call with ace, queen, 8-3.
Yeah, I would. It's
maybe made Guapo sweat a little bit there. He didn't shove, but he did pot it. Well, as you can see from the broad view, we have a lovely venue. I haven't got a chance to play live stream yet, so I haven't played on the table. But the players say nothing but good things. It's up big and it's still a part of the room. You're not isolated like some places. Seating area in the back, which when I first saw it, thought it was a waste of space. Normally I see people sitting there.
You do?
Yeah, people really take advantage of that area. To sit and relax. For our 300K final table, there were people sitting over there quite a bit.
He's going to Fireman's House. Oh, he's not going to play it. Thank God. I was like, he's going to play this. Interesting hand.
Rick is going to play
Rick's got a raise. Maybe it's a smallish raise.
Yeah.
Play
very
for 15.
similar hands. Ace-9 for Seat Buddy. Looks like they're going to go to flop. Dead cards to both of them. Yeah. The spades are in play for
and Rick
for
is
Seat
actually
Buddy.
ahead right
call.
now.
Yeah. He is. Well, that changes things. That'll be real hard for any aggression. They're going to both check it.
Rick's got a boat.
Yeah, he does.
No,
he doesn't have a boat. He's got
threes full of fours.
Oh, he does have threes. You're right. Wow.
And he hits the meaningless 3.
Wow. Yeah. Wow, that was unfortunate. All right, I am going to call up.
You have the four?
I did have it. I would hope not.
I promise you did not.
All of my cards were hard.
So real quickly, while we deal the next hand, I'm going
$5 domestic beers, $5 jellyfish, $6 burger and fries. This Wednesday through Sunday from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Only at TCH Social Austin.
Guys, I got to tell you, I hate to be a homer, but I have not eaten one thing at this place that wasn't fantastic. And for the prices, I love the chicken sandwich with the bread and butter, pickles, coleslaw, fries, and a Diet Coke. It's $14. I can't get through Whataburger for that.
I just had the biscuits and gravies with $8.
I know.
And right now the drinks are free.
I know.
The soft drinks.
Yeah, soft drinks,
Sorry.
coffee, tea, all free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't tell you how good the food is. Hats off to Chef. He's just fantastic. We've talked, and I have not heard. I heard one person say something negative about the food. And the person that said it, I thought, well, I haven't heard him say anything positive since 2016. So got to put that up to the
I think
personality.
the very first day, it did take a long time. That's
Yeah,
the only negative.
and it was even kind of a backhanded comment that they made. Compliment. They kind of was like, well, it's not as good as, and then they named a restaurant like True Lux or something. I'm like, well, okay. And you're paying.
It's not as good as Red Ash.
Yeah, come on.
You know what? I agree with you.
I was like, yeah. You know,
Red Ash,
and I don't.
Red
I
Ash
didn't
is
really.
a very upscale.
Yes, very
Italian restaurant. Like Italian, right? It's Italian restaurant.
Yeah, and it was like, well, come on, you know, you paid 1/5 of what your salmon would cost at True Lux, and frankly, I don't think it's better at True Lux. I really don't. So, the salmon, all of these dishes are just fantastic. Honestly, I talked to Victor, our COO, and he's like, I'm gaining weight, and I think I'm with him on that one. The cheesecake, epic.
Maybe you told me. I heard someone else say that.
Yeah, I had it at the bar while we were sitting there with Kyle and Lottie. And I have to watch my sugar, obviously. You do too. But boy, jeez, so good.
Speaking of sugar, 200.
Hand 21, the Dion hand. You'd say the previous iteration of Ezekiel Elliott. Who's 21 on the Eagles?
I have no idea.
Oh, do we even have one right now?
I don't know. I don't know number. I know a few numbers. Barkley and Hurts and Brown and Smith.
Yeah, that coach is under fire, isn't he? Our coach is too.
So. I hope he's out of there. That's what he is. He didn't kick a field goal.
I know.
4-yard line. He said, I'm going to go for it. And then he didn't run the ball at the end. He just ran it.
I know.
How do you not just run
he
it?
Got a lot of criticisms. So open-ender flopped for Fireman Scott, who also blocks the low end of the straight. But 2 pair for Rick is going to get a bet. Buddy's going to come along. He can hit a 9 to make the nuts. And actually, low end open-ender gets out of the way. Still missing the 9. Now 3 pair for Rick. No spades for anybody.
Rick's going to go ahead and bet out to 40. It's almost a pot size bet. That's a case where Rick probably thought he wasn't going to be good on the river.
Yeah.
But he was actually ahead.
Yep. Yep, I get that. There's nothing like PLO for kicking in that variance, and your equity is never, especially pre-flop, your equity is never very strong. As we get to the Emmett Smith hand, I'm going to wear you out with this like I do Kyle.
What?
All the Cowboy numbers. You remember Emmett?
He's a Cowboy fan.
Yeah. No. Is he?
Yeah.
Yes, he is. But I throw out the old school Cowboys. And He doesn't
Like
know.
old school from the 70s or old school from 80s?
Dude, I go all the way back to when they started. I throw out a Don Meredith number every once in a while. Yeah, he's probably mid-90s era.
He's still alive?
No, I'm talking
Oh, I
about
thought you were
Kyle.
Huh? Oh,
Kyle, as far
90s.
as when he really started paying attention.
Be the one that tells us to shuffle up and deal. 6 call.
Kings for Bray with a suited ace.
Ah, that's a good hand, though.
Yeah, it is.
Go to battle with, and that's what he chooses?
Yeah.
See, Buddy also has a suited ace.
Uh-huh.
You got Rick there. Because he doubles. No, he is double suited, but.
Yeah. Not the
Hearts.
diamonds that you
Oh, no,
have.
he's not double. He's single suited. So he should be.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
gonna
that's
call.
true. He's got king high diamonds. I
Yeah.
thought it was a heart as well. Well, the kings are probably not coming if they do. Jacks do
So
get
we
there.
do see a jack there on the
No
flop.
one had a jack. Not much for anybody. So kings probably, we're never going to bet this.
And surely they're going to bet now.
6 check.
Yeah, this is a kind of last person or the first person to show aggression, which is going to be Bray.
Bray's got an ace.
He does have an ace. A jack he thinks would always have bet that flop. And he's going to take it down. Bray showed a good amount of appropriate aggression to take down some of these pots that are kind of paying the postman rent now.
There was a time when I was living in my family. It was on the children's team. The time I was living up there, and the only PLO game I could find was in Tulsa. A couple of casinos there, like Mini Fires.
Hard Rock.
Yeah,
Hard Rock's one of them in Tulsa.
There's a few of them that in the PLO game kind of travel around. You run the game, the same players, they bounce around a couple of places. And so I would drive. It was 7 hours round trip. Play that game, 1-3 PLO game, drive. And now it's big stakes.
I got it.
No, that was like the only PLO game like that. It was like a 1-3 game.
I didn't want
I was
to.
glad for
I
that.
don't want to be. I don't want to be relied
Playing in
on.
Oklahoma made me
So I
realize
just didn't tell him what I did.
that I should never quit poker.
No. Tom's taking a break, and he accidentally bumped the keyboard, and it shut down everything. But we were able to get it back up, and we were off and running, so I apologize for that.
Like the players in Tulsa, they were just
All right, we have ace queen versus king king respectively. We do see a suited king here. Club in the window and king king. Is that what I saw?
like for the first 6 weeks I was there, I never lost. And they're like, don't worry, our good players are out of town. They'll be back. Josh and Bruce will be back next week.
Brady's gonna bet that and take it home.
It's just they were all bad.
I did a few circuit stops up there. I almost won a ring one time. And it's like, I can make so many exploitative folds against those guys. Just like when all the loose passive people decide to start doing this. Like, okay, tens are no good. And like every now and then you get the maniac, and then you go the other way with it. I mean, it's like that was a fairly soft field up there.
Ben Lamb's he's pretty good. But I never faced all of this much.
Or C2, yeah. No.
Here we go. We got off to the next hand.
No, I'm not.
Let's see. Action is on. Guapo is going to lay that down.
First C2.
I'm feeling Fireman Scott's going to play this hand. There's some connectivity there. Good fold. Bray has basically the same hand. I'm going to bring it in for a raise, and then Rick with a suited connector is going to call that.
Stop talking about me like that. Very tall. He's weird.
Yes, they do have that in mind, and that's certainly something that they're going to.
So Lottie is going to still be in the lead here. Rick does flop a pair. And now he's got a gutter with a flush draw for Rick.
If I'm not mistaken, they have each club's manager
Lottie probably is not going to like that flop with his queens. It's all that plays through that. Ray.
He said, Scott, I'm doing 2 PLO tournaments and I'd like to do a big O tournament with you kind of headlining it. That's my favorite game. And I was like, yeah, I'd love to. And he said, that's in spring. That's the second one. So I think once they all get going pretty routinely, you know, it becomes...
There's not the card he was looking for, Rick.
Hey, check. There's going to be, pretty sure there's a big O that's part of the trailblazer. And there's a couple of PLO ones. So that might
The
be
one
cool.
here?
Yeah, the one here.
That's going to be awesome.
You know more than me.
Yeah. And 7 bet, 300.
Rick is actually going to turn this into a bluff, and he gets snap called.
Same straight.
That's a diamond, too. Yeah, you got a big one. Jeez Louise.
200.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I did not see the straight. But yeah, so both have a straight. It's a shot pot.
Don't remember if it's going to be a company tournament director
Powerful sneeze.
for a.
I know you will.
It's going to be such that he's like the corporate tournament director. He's doing that. But I'm not positive. Thank you guys.
Well, running a big series like that, that'd be a good
Yeah. But I know we'll definitely have one.
All right, off to the next hand. Rick just chop that pot. All right, we've got first act here is going to be Guapo. Does have a suited ace. He's got all the low. He's got all the wheel draws here, so he's just going to limp in for 5, which is considered actually a raise.
7 minutes, 40.
Fireman Scott 3 bets it. Gray is going to go ahead and min 4 bet click pretty much. Both Rick and Seat Buddy will lay this down, as well as Lottie. Now Guapo came in for 5, and he's not going to call the 40.
I know it's worked out.
That kind of leaves him exploitable at times. So we're going to see Fireman Scott make the call here. So it's going to be Fireman Scott versus Bray on the flop here in PLO. Bray does have the position on his more famous opponent. All right, King 9-7 Rainbow. So King 10 there for Bray. And that's about it. Not the flop that Mr. Scott was looking for.
Thank you very much. It's going to be a Bob Pot this hand. And he's up if you'd like to play. Rick, take this.
Real quick with the promo.
Through Sunday, play at TCH Social Austin for $10 an hour. It's our way of saying thank you. Your support has made TCH Social the premier poker experience in the greater Austin area.
God, that's the worst.
That is an understatement. The premier, I'm going to go out on a limb, although it's a solid limb. I'm going to say this is the premier poker experience that I've been in, and people compare it to a casino. I think it's better. I think it's a better poker room. I think it's a better venue in general. This place is beautiful, comfortable. The lighting is awesome, low strain, noise levels, everything is just perfect. And of course, then we have our crew like Kristen that is superior and no one can hold a candle to, in my opinion. Please come out and join us.
Until it's heads up. And then it'll
All
be
right,
set.
all right, here we go. Bomb pot time, it looks like. And Lottie with double suited, but nothing there for
Heads
him.
up. We continually chopping.
So gutter on top.
I see we're playing our style of bomb pots, not, or I guess we haven't had a, we did do Yeah, we played. This is our third or fourth. So we were talking about it. Houston, they run out the one card river and turn, which is a variant that is not common.
If you're playing dealer's choice, like Medusi doesn't suddenly become one.
Well, we're playing our style of bomb pots. We are the bomb pot capital of the world in Texas. I was talking to Fireman Scott about that.
It might be more than heads up. It might be final table, but I thought it said heads up.
I haven't seen anything, so you know more than me. But it's like, like one of the whole things is that it's a split time.
Yeah, ace on both boards for Seat Buddy and Fireman Scott. Neither one of them paired. Oh, yeah, ace 5, yeah, for Fireman Scott on the top. Paired board, and it looks like a Broadway for Bray. He's got the only jack that's available, and he does make Broadway, which is the best hand except for spades. But no one has them.
Yeah, nobody has anything.
Well, ace 6 for Seat Buddy. He's got.
Yeah.
He's going to come out with his boat, and he gets a quick call from Bray. They're going to chop it. Yeah, a pretty quick call for Bray. He was not afraid of the spades. So they're going to rake in a small profit. Again, please chat with us. I'm still waiting for the most embarrassing thing that Dante did on vacation in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Did you, I got the foot pictures. Did you get a sunburn on the bottom of your feet?
No, I never do.
No, you don't.
I rarely get it on my legs. I don't know why. My stomach.
You're just, I'm envious of anybody that can get a tan. Obviously, you do.
Oh, I'm pretty burnt, pretty peely. Yeah, look how dark.
Oh my gosh.
I was white.
Yeah.
They coming up with a tough decision.
Yeah, a lot of folding from the left side of the table.
Not too much action yet. Typically, PLO will bring some of that out, but
and even
I
that
think
hand.
have PLO players
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not going to get too crazy.
Well, all three of those on the left are Bomb Pot and PLO players. Buddy and Guapo play a lot at the Bomb Pot table, the round of each. So they are not. They're not going to get too out of a line.
Are you looking to play after this?
Am I going to play
Yeah.
cards tonight?
Yes.
No, no. I have to get up and act like I work in the morning.
He's standing up there. It takes a minute.
Pretend that I work.
I made nice little maps.
I rarely get up before the afternoon.
Yeah, that's your morning?
That's my morning.
The PM morning?
I'm just so rough in the morning. Like I can't move. I can't
Yeah.
get up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, almost all the crews that I work with is on the East Coast, so they start a little earlier.
Live stream TV just behind me.
We do have a couple of West Coast people, but
Standing there at the computer. 8 grades, 25. Two call. The third time I keep that one. Just so you know.
Or we could just
8
play
grades to
5 card
25.
keel ho high. That's an option.
Two call.
Doesn't have
Ace Queen for Seat Buddy. Not much for Rick, although he raises with it. 10-9 is suited.
Guapo's hand's not terrible. He has
No.
suited ace.
Yeah.
You'd rather have that 9 be a 10, but it's definitely a raising hand in my book.
I actually like Seat Buddy's hand a little bit better because he's got the possibility if the low board rolls out that he's got a better shot at it. But we're going to have 5 to a flop. $500 pot brewing. And 2 diamonds roll off. We did have diamonds. Fireman Scott's got them. Nuts is Seat Buddy. He's got the diamonds. Just a 10 and a 7 for Rick. Although Bray is going to bet this. Goes in for 400. This is tough on a couple of players. 2 pair again.
So yeah, he goes pot. He does have a
10,
gutter.
7.
Is that
Yeah.
what?
Top
Yeah.
2 for Rick, but he's going to give it up. And see, Buddy's going to say, if that's what it takes, I'm in. I'm going to go for my flush.
Yeah, he's got the nut flush.
It's going to be
It's so
difficult.
funny because he's not even ahead right now. The 3 beats him.
Yeah.
And if you're Bray, that's what you want. You want to see your opponent have the hand. Now he's definitely can suck out, and probably will.
Yeah. I mean,
The bomb
his
pops up.
equity is.
He can hit
Actually,
a 6,
Brace.
ace, or a queen and just win this.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Okay, I guess the board has to be wrong. I mean, what we're seeing, because we're seeing 50. It's going to be taken down. I'm not real sure how he got 4-3. I guess that is the better hand, but he had 54% equity, which I'm not real sure why that was before they ran the board out. Yeah, unlucky. I'm thinking that what we were seeing in the way of cards was not correct. Y'all tell me what we missed if you saw it. Looks like see, Buddy's going to buy in. He's going to take a little break first.
Button's right.
I can't remember. That was the one.
It was.
And I'm old. I forget a lot.
As we get to hand 29.
But I mean, it's the same kind of concept. He's got nut flush draw and a gutter. He's thinking, it's a really good part. I was certain in my head when he did that. Just a couple more. I was like, oh man, he's got the goods.
Yeah, I thought he had the super
I don't
stone.
care, bro. Yeah, so, just right there.
5 to 5. Big call.
Turns out it was like the genuine, I don't have anything for
Oh yeah,
3
great
raised.
hand. Nut flush draw.
No, I can do it. 6, 5, 7. Big call. Heads up. Eight check. 3 check.
So Rick makes trips. He's going to bet it. Lottie's going to call with the club draw. No help at the end.
Eight bet 65.
I guess I'm running better than I thought.
3 raise.
Lottie's going to make the call with his clubs. And this is going to be, I said club draw, it was actually flopped clubs. And Rick's thinking about it. Let's see if he pays him off here. And he does pay him off. And Lottie's going to take it down with the nut clubs. Nice hand, Lottie.
Now they still have their stuff. It's at Walmart. Yeah, shorts and stuff.
When I give up.
Well, folks, that is our Trailblazer. As you saw, the 18th through the 26th, we're going to be here in Austin at TCH Social Austin on 183, north and west of Austin, greater Austin area, just 7 minutes from Uncle T's house, which is may have been a factor in why he chose it. Love it when I talk about myself in third person. Seems so schizophrenic. But it's supposed to be a great, we'll play that ad. It's supposed to be a great series. At the end, you saw the QR code. So when it pops up, doesn't give you too much time, but I'll try to give you a little heads up so you can scan that QR code and learn about the Trailblazer series that we're very much looking forward to here in Austin. As we go to hand number 30. Kristen's still in the box, doing a great job. We've been playing for an hour and 15 minutes here, and which with being short six-handed, we're not really short because this is always going to be a six-handed game. We are getting about 20 hands, 23 hands per hour. So we'll be pretty close to our 100-hand mark, even though it's PLO. Guapo's got ace-king suited. Bray's got the queens, single suited for the spades. Lottie's got ace-jack, jack-10 with jack-10 of hearts. And we're going to see 4 to a flop. Nice little hand brewing again.
Hopefully I missed some really big pots.
Yep. So Lottie doesn't hit, but we do have a king for Guapo's grabbed the lead, and he looks like he's going to push it a 200. He's going to pot it.
That's an
Bray's looking it over with the queens, but he's going to be able to give it up even though he's got an 8.
Rick's got a gutter there for Rick.
Rick's going to give it up. Lottie's going to have to give it up. Nice bet, Guap. Appreciate all of you that have joined Dante and I here. This is Uncle T. As we have a six-handed 1-2-5 PLO poker game featuring Cowboy Scott, now Fireman Scott, bracelet winner.
Lottie's in deep thought right now.
Yep. He was telling me that, us talking before the stream, he was telling me that he was amazed at how well prepared Texas players are for those kind of games in the World Series. You know, that he won the round of Hold'em and PLO. The bomb pots, he made a final table in the bomb pots round or event, and he said there were two or three players at the table that he knew from Texas that were on that final table. And he said it's just we're so much better prepared to play those kind of games, even than some of the pros. He used some big names that he thought that he had an advantage over when they got to that shorter grouping, you know, 5-handed, 6-handed, because he could use his aggression in a way that they were not used to playing in Vegas, playing in L.A. and other places.
I love playing cash in Vegas during the World Series with the same get the same opportunity. Although the last time I went, I didn't do so well, but.
Really?
Oh, before that, yeah.
2 pair for Fireman Scott, queens for Bray. He's going to come along. Rick's going to give this hand up. And Fireman Scott's going to take it down. 2 pair. Using some of the aggression we just talked about. Yeah, he just said that there's no real comparison, even to experienced supposed PLO players, even pro level. In other areas compared to Austin. He said that's why Austin's getting so much attention and so much in Texas from pros, is that this has kind of become, especially with PLO, the center of the world. And I played with a young man from Nottingham, England yesterday, And he was a very good PLO player. Showed a lot of timed aggression and other things. And he agreed. He came specifically to Austin to play PLO.
I have seen, just in general, the games have gotten tougher. Like I don't want to say I was a great player, but 3 years ago, yeah, I was winning a lot.
You felt like you top 10%.
Easily, but now I am average.
Yeah, I agree. I may be below average.
Sometimes when you're average, that's pretty good because you break even. But that's where I kind of am. This will be the first year where I really didn't make any.
As Fireman Scott put it, he makes his living at PLO.
Yeah.
And so he's very much got his finger on the pulse of what this poker communities, the PLO communities got going on. And he just felt like we were playing in the big leagues here.
That's good.
Especially for mom pots. Not much for anybody. A queen. Now the diamonds back. You know, we don't have a queen in play here. 6-7 is the best hand with Lottie, and he's going to bet it out. Rick's going to go ahead and play his gut.
Yeah, Seabody's just going to fold this. I'm pretty sure Lottie's in there. Ricky is going to. 4. So now the board.
Diamonds do get there. Of course, neither player has them. Lottie's going to show some aggression here.
So Lottie only has trips. I'm just curious what he thinks Rick will call with.
Yeah.
Queen.
Maybe
right?
queen 7.
Queen 6 wouldn't be. Well, yeah, you're beat though.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing. Aces, kings.
Yeah, I mean.
I guess. I don't know. It's just.
Yeah, it's.
Especially Rick's style. Give Lottie. Lottie needs to give him a little rope.
Yeah.
Oh, I check.
Let him hang himself. Yeah.
Because you know he's thinking, well, I can't win this pot unless I bet.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
yeah.
I comes over the top.
All right, there you go. Roast him. Roast him.
Yeah, Lottie. What are you going to do when he comes over the top, Lottie?
What were you thinking?
That was dumb.
Oh my gosh.
You put the bet out there.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at roasting.
You got this knit image, you know.
You got a crazy man on the other side.
Yeah. What are you showing aggression for? You know.
That was the best. That was pretty.
That
beautiful.
was not much of a roasting.
Yeah,
I mean, we didn't even get
not
his
to roast
fringe.
Lottie,
We didn't even burn any hair off his head. So, we love Lottie. We love us some Lottie. Isn't that what Terrell said? I love me some Lottie. Isn't that what he's
Farrell?
No, Terrell Owens.
Oh.
When he was in Philadelphia, he said, "I love me some Lottie." And then
No, he didn't say that.
What did he say?
No, he said that about the Cowboys.
No, he said, "I love me some me" when he was in
I
Philadelphia.
thought that was when he was a Cowboy. Because he was a Cowboy.
Maybe when he was a 49er. I love me some me.
I thought when we got him, he was the greatest receiver.
He was what?
The greatest receiver when I thought we got him. He was the best at that time. I was like, wow, we got Terrell
Well,
Owens.
it just showed you that your quarterback could mess up a good thing.
McNabb? I think McNabb's better than Jalen Hurts.
Well, we'll see in 5 years.
Well, so at least McNabb can throw it on a bullet. Jalen Hurts has a loft everything.
Yeah, that's true. I hated McNabb because he owned the Cowboys. Him and Deshaun. But
he got into some trouble afterwards.
I know.
Like, I won't say it, but I was so disappointed because he's kind of a hero, right?
Yeah.
Now not.
and what's funny is that the receiver that you wanted in Philadelphia out of Terrell, he became at the Cowboys because him and Tony bonded.
Yeah.
He learned his
Terrell
lesson.
played that Super Bowl for the Eagles with a broken ankle.
I know. A broken fibula. The broken bone in the back of your shin. Yeah. That, let me tell you, for those of us in the medical business, that is extremely painful. It sits right in the middle of your muscle group, and it's like getting stabbed in the leg every step. You got to tip your hat. Well, Rick is going to take this one down.
We're going to tip our hats to Rick here.
Yeah.
Rick's been really involved tonight, and we knew he would be.
Yeah, he always is. Yeah,
he's a stream regular, very aggressive, very dangerous to play against.
Yep.
And I told him I wouldn't say anything nice about him, so that's it.
Yep.
I think your hat looks stupid.
Yeah.
You gotta get a hat like Fireman Scott.
Well, that's a real cowboy hat.
Do you have a cowboy hat?
Are you kidding?
You're a cowboy fan.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with wearing a cowboy hat.
Just saying.
I
almost wore a Hawaiian
I'm all
suit
hat,
today.
no horse right now. I don't have any horses anymore, but yes, I have several.
You do?
Yeah, I've got my funeral hat. I got my
funeral
Sunday go to meeting hat, and then I got my work hat.
Okay.
A straw. Yeah, well, it's palm leaf actually. So
I was thinking about buying me a
people always ask me, what if you have a hat, does that make you a more of a Texan? I'm like, no. The real test of a Texan is, do you have spurs?
6 rays 40.
Did they put them on Hey Dudes?
You know, your wife may be on this string, so let's not get out of line
okay.
here. I have spurs. I have some beautiful Mylar spurs.
So doesn't that hurt the horse?
No.
Everybody thinks it does.
Now, horses are sensitive in that particular part, but no. No, you can. Anybody that uses those big Mexican rowels, the star, yes, they can be painful. But the ones I have, no. I don't think I could hurt the horse with them. I haven't really tried.
I've never even touched a horse in my life.
You never touched a horse? Never went to the
Horse,
carnival?
donkey, zebra.
Wow. Okay.
Alpaca.
Well, folks, in the middle of our horse conversation,
I don't know how we got that. I'm not sure how we got on to spurs, but that's where we are. We're going to leave it there. Apologize.
Fireman Scott's ahead with a jack. And that's about all that can be said about that. Rick's got
all these really mediocre hands are taking down the pot, and that just shows you good PLO players don't need hands.
No, they don't, which is more amazing to me than even Hold'em players.
Yeah, they're really trying to. You really have to tell a story.
Yeah. Rick's going to throw away his gut shot. Fireman Scott takes it down as he's wont to do. Yeah,
So-
I mean, honestly, when I started writing a little more seriously, myself and the former Mrs. Gardner, she was a equestrian from Texas A&M, Kingsville. So she was, and at Texas A&M, she was part of the group that rode competitively for back then the Southwest Conference, and she got me in proper training school for riding horses. And you do use your spurs to like lift the back of the horse, give them better conformation, and like just a little bit underneath. You don't really use them to spur the horse. A well-trained horse doesn't need spurs to know when you want to go. A little squeeze of the knees does. So it's not, if you look at like English saddle spurs that have got a round knob on the bottom, it's more about how the horse is carrying themselves is what you use the spurs for.
Oh, I thought it was like, go.
Well, you can do that too. A good cow pony, sometimes you need to do that. But yeah, spurs are more about confirming the horse, the conformation, than it is about spurring the horse.
Well, I'll probably never find out.
You know, if you never touched a horse, I say your window may have passed. Yeah, I'm stunned at that knowledge. Bomb pot.
Seems like we're having a lot of bomb pots.
It
was every 30 minutes.
Fireman Scott got the chicken sandwich. Good choice, brother. My favorite. My favorite.
Checked around, sorry.
Yeah, I got the one person that criticized the chicken sandwich I immediately disowned. And they said the bun was too sweet, which I thought was the silliest thing I'd ever heard.
That's our.
What do you want, Whataburger?
Plus.
Not much for anybody. There is no jack in anyone's hand.
Well, he's now satisfied the 3 bet.
And we really, other than spade draws that are fairly weak, there's a set of twos for Guapo, which is the worst thing you can have.
Yeah, someone full of a gut shot.
Yeah.
Bray with
Looks like a little bit of aggression here on Rick's part. May do the trick. Fireman Scott's out. Yep. Oh, nice, Rick.
We've seen Rick do that a few times here.
Yeah, especially in late position. He was, in this case, under the gun, so you just took advantage of the moment. Well, folks, I am extremely disappointed in our participation in the chat. We haven't had somebody chat anything in an hour. So please make a comment. Maybe you've just got this on in the background while you cook dinner or trim your toenails or whatever, but please get on and chat with us. We do not have our statistics running across the screen right now as Spiro walks in. Hello, Spiro. Looking so good in his suit. Boy, our floors have done a great job in the busy
so many
last 3
new
weeks.
managers, too.
Oh, my gosh. Everybody has just been worked so hard, which is a great problem to have. but especially our floors. A couple of new floors. Paul, my buddy Paul, is a floor covering the whole front of the house, doing a great job. Asa's always on his bike, and Spiro, all of them doing a great job. And if you're used to a certain disdain or dislike from your floors, you will not find it at this facility. I watched 2 of our floors bus our table last night of all the food. They are hardworking individuals. One of them being Kristen, who also works as a floor.
Ooh, kind of a scary flop there with the
Yeah,
hearts.
with the straight hearts, and I don't see a heart draw on anybody's hand. So that's going to probably put a cap on
Yeah,
it.
you would think a flush would bet this because you don't want the board to pair.
Right.
So right now it's just ace-6. Rick's got 2 pair.
I do that all the time. I fold in my head. Oh.
You know that I'm going to put this up. So great things to do while you're watching a stream.
Guapo hit the straight.
You know, it's bloody brilliant. You know, I was a single father, Corbin, and I sat still for many a makeup and hair session, although my daughter was too big into that. And he wants us to shout out to Allison and Erilyn. Great names. Great names. Allison and Erilyn. I like that. I don't know if that was you or Mama, but I'm going to give somebody credit for a couple of good names. Glad you're on with us. Hello, Erilyn. Hello, Allison. Remember, Daddy needs his makeup done, too.
That was hilarious.
Hand number 37, James Washington.
How many hands do you think you're going to get?
Well, you know, I was saying that we got 30 in an hour and 15, so that because we're only doing 6, I think we're going to get 100. We're very close to it.
I think he just had so many things.
Right now, Allison and Erilyn are in the bathroom stealing all of Mom's really expensive Ulta makeup. As we get to aces for Seat Buddy, although unsuited, he's just going to call, or come in for 5, I should say. Guapo and Lottie decline. Fireman Scott is going to play his, no, he didn't play his 3 jacks. Okay. So it's, Bray is going to double
That's
suit.
a smart PLO player.
Yeah. Yeah, as Rick is also having all spades in his hand. Not a good thing in PLO. So Bray and Seat Buddy get to it. Neither had a 5.
Bray has a 5.
Oh, he does have a 5. Bray, his dangler is a 5.
And you got a gutter there too as well.
Yeah,
And a
spade draw.
flush,
He's
yeah.
just about.
He's got the straight flush draw.
Queen on the flop. Neither have a queen, but he's still ahead with his dangling 5, or as they say, the winner. The winner.
Now we're going to see C2 go ahead and just lay down the hand, which is awesome. You see a lot of players try to chase that a little bit.
We was somebody with the PLO. We came in the other day, they was like,
You're welcome, Corbin. You brought back a lot of memories, buddy.
We really can't hear the players too much. We'll probably have to work on.
We can't what?
Hear the players too much?
No. I was going to turn up the table sound, but I don't think I can. You know, somebody was asking when we're going to get player microphones, which I think we'll do at some point. But, you know, it's going to kind of put the kibosh on us. If you watch these streams that have player microphones, that the people really want to hear the players. They don't want to hear us prattle on about horses and hairdos, you know. But
I've been on a few streams with those things.
What's that?
I've been on a few streams with those things on you.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And you go to the bathroom, you forget.
Yeah, there's that famous scene from Naked Gun where
he did?
the character goes in the bathroom and he just had given a press conference, and while somebody else is talking at the press conference, they hear him in there whistling and making some noises that are hilarious. Yeah, that would be my big fear. A little bit of aggression on Fireman Scott's part. He's going to take this down. Obviously, he's got the best boat, although Rick is trying to figure out how he can make this work. He's got a queen and an 8. He can't make that work, unfortunately, having to play 2 cards. So we got through a kind of quiet 45 minutes here with nothing crazy going on. Should I go out and spur the horse, as you say? Tell him they're being boring? Tell Lottie he's putting us to sleep? Yeah, it is. It's embarrassing. There's 64 people falling asleep, fellas. 1 getting their hair done. But 64 of them, we got to do something.
I know Wednesdays is newer for us, so we used to do it on Mondays.
Yeah, it's a little different. I didn't ever play in the Monday night free roll, and so I got an opportunity to play it. That was unusual. As Richard says, he came down from Dallas for the opening day. Glad you made it. I was actually in Orlando, and people were sending me videos of that 3.5-hour line, and I was stunned.
Skip the line.
The room is incredible. What's that? You skipped the line? Yeah. You know, it would have been hard for me not to. I'll drive by Whataburger if it's got more than 3 cars in the drive-thru. So, I mean, I just have no patience for lines.
Yeah.
I might have pulled some old guy card. Yeah. Well, I was seeing video all the way down Anderson Mill to 620 that the road was full. So I had thought we were going to do great. I don't think anybody had any concept of the way it was going to be.
There's no parking.
Yeah. Yeah, now it's settled down a little bit. So there's parking plenty now. I have my favorite spot that may or may not be legal, but I got my car back today, so I may have to try to look for real spots now that I'm not worried about a rent car.
Yeah, I'm looking to buy a car after Christmas.
You know, all I can tell you is if you buy German, you buy German. That's all I can tell you. Stop buying this English crap that your wife drives.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm buying Toyota.
Toyota? Oh, my gosh.
I'm in love with the 4Runners.
Toyota, just sitting in a Toyota makes me want to have my hormones checked.
When you're in the big island of Hawaii, I am not kidding when I say 50% of the cars you see from the locals are Toyota.
Really? Well, they're probably all drive type cars.
Toyota 4Runners and Tacoma.
Yeah.
I'm serious. There's like
all of
the parking lot.
Yeah, that makes sense. Good fuel efficiency. Not that you could take a long drive in Hawaii, but Jack 9 for Rick. Jack 9 for Fireman Scott.
Never saw Porsches.
On Rainbow Board.
BMWs. Never saw Range Rover.
Really? I expect to see
Our
some
rental was
convertibles.
a BMW 4 Series.
Like that car. Looks like they're going to show their cards. That 6 kind of put a kibosh on the action, and they're going to show the chop. Everybody loves the chop. I hate it. Yep. You need to buy a Porsche, buddy.
That's what my wife wants. I'm not a car person. Like, I don't like.
Well, if you get the Macan or the Cayenne, it's a performance car that is extremely comfortable and easy and fun to drive. That's what I have, the Macan GTS.
Yeah, I saw one of those for sale.
Yeah.
It's a really good price.
Yep. They're not cheap, but what is nowadays? You can spend $75,000, $80,000 on a pickup truck, which just blows me away.
I need something high.
You need something high?
I can't. My car's really
Is that a
low.
metaphor or just
No, my car's really low. It's just tough to get in out.
Yeah, when I first got in the Macan, I had one before this, the S, 2015 when they first came out, and the Cayenne we had owned, the former Mrs. Gardner and I, was the greatest car we ever owned. We just were stunned at how great a car that was. 300,000 miles, great, no problems. So when I went and sit in it and realized that my butt and its seat we're exactly the same height. And I like, that's a good choice. And you can just fall into the car and, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and my wife and I have different settings.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the Macan and the Cayenne both, you could actually set the height of the car. Yeah. It's got that airbag suspension. So that's always nice. Well, these are very similar hands. We kind of got the middle to high wraps. And that is a great board. I believe we had Jack 8. Okay. So we're kind of all over.
Yeah, it's
nobody's got anything real dominating
for everybody.
Yeah, Rick's ahead with just a 10. He doesn't. Actually, the backdoor diamonds and backdoor clubs for Guapo give him a slight edge.
I really like what Rick is doing here.
Yeah.
Everybody's checking. He's betting. He doesn't have anything.
Yeah.
He has the best hand.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know that.
Well, he's building for his next betting round
Yeah.
if this is a complete brick, which it's not.
So Jack 9 gets there.
Jack 9 is
No one
there.
has Jack 9. There's 8-9.
Yeah, Jack 9 was the draw, but nobody had it.
So 8-9
everybody's
has the open ender.
Yeah, yeah. 9-6 is actually ahead here and is dominating. The
Fireman
spades
Scott
are
is a
not
better.
there for anybody, so the back doors aren't a play anymore.
Fireman Scott is not going to play the gutter.
Yeah, 9-6 is going to take it. Not exactly the nuts, but not bad. Looks like Rick got the chicken sandwich too. I'm telling you folks, you can get it grilled or fried and you will not complain about much. I already showed the food commercial, so I'm not going to show that again. But I am going to roll out one of our promotions. I say promotions, one of our introductions to the chef.
So TCH Social, we're trying to expand and give a slightly more elevated experience. We wanted to have, the full bar, full restaurant experience. I think one of the things that has been lacking at some of our other locations is, provide, top quality food. And
Justin Richardson, I'm the corporate chef with Texas Card House.
Chef Justin, since he came on, has really helped us hone in on what our guests are really looking for.
The sweetness from the strawberry contrasts with the beautiful saltiness from the bacon.
I wanted to take something that was easy, flexible, and convenient for our players to enjoy so that they can continue playing, make it a little bit more of a homey, loungy, comforting environment versus your average poker house.
Chef Justin, how's it going?
Good. How are y'all? How was the game?
Oh, it was
great. Awesome.
Man, we just did a tasting and it could not have been better.
So we came at the new menu with the approach of what do they already love, what do the guests already really appreciate, and what can we build upon?
Good news is Bad Beat Bacon's still good from the second time.
This is the best Bad Beat Bacon I think I've ever had.
I definitely think the Bad Beat Bacon was one of those items that kind of set the tone for where we wanted to take the direction of the menu and kind of some of the concepts.
And those eggs are just waiting to explode over there. The tater tots, all the stuff, you get all the stuff mixed with it, really good. The chicken sandwich was killer. It's thinking about fried chicken places, you think of Chick-fil-A, but I'd put our chicken up against any of those.
Because I'm just such a nerd for chicken sandwiches and I love good coleslaw too.
So I haven't had, what is this? This is French toast steaks. Oh my gosh. Man.
That's a little piece of the Bad Beat Bacon on top.
This is the best dessert I've ever had.
With French toast, you can overcook it, undercook it, but
That's perfect. This stuff in Vegas would be like
That'd be $80.
2 or 3 times the price.
It would literally be like $24.
Well, folks, I know that was a little bit of a longer commercial, but I just wanted you to be introduced to Justin. That was at the top of our show as well. Just be introduced to Justin. He's a great guy. He's here all the time. You can come up and give him your input, tell him how you liked or disliked the food. I don't think you'll have that second problem. But honestly, there have been a couple days that I just came up here. I really wasn't interested in playing. I just ate. I know that sounds. I'm a single guy, so you do what you want. But invariably, there's somebody at the bar that I want to talk to, one of my friends. So, yeah, hit that like. If you've had a food dish, something you've eaten here you want to comment on, put it in the chat. I'll put it up for everybody to see and the people that watch this afterwards. We'll see. Come up and have a meal. There's nothing they make that bad. What I love is we got a little area off to the side where you can bring your
there's so
family.
many little sitting areas.
Yeah, and I've seen several people have their spouses come and they eat a dinner, and so you keep the spouse happy.
Well, that's just really important.
As we have, is that
Did I see a set of
6?
kings against
well.
No, I didn't.
No, not kings. We have nut
But
diamonds for
Guapo has the
Guapo.
nut diamonds with top pair. That's something you lead out. He's just going to check it out.
Yeah, nobody else has diamonds. Yeah, very deceptive check. I think he was really hoping somebody would bet. We have do we have 2 pair even? I don't see 2 pair even. Guapo's got the king and the diamonds.
2 players sharing.
He is
5.
not going to make any money on this hand. Unfortunate.
Thank you.
Lottie, you know what? I'm going to go say something to him. I'm going to go tell him you won't see it for 15 minutes, but I'm going to go tell him he's boring me.
He is. I expected more. So Tom's going to go out there and roast Mr. Lottie here for a second. There we go, Guapo. That's his old hand. Not hear it quite to the flop yet.
You've had some good ones, like never good.
Lottie, I mean, Guavo's going to play this. He's got all the low cards here. And all the high cards come. I think that's typical when you play the low cards.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It seems to be a sine wave that you get caught in where you have a nice low wrap and all high cards come out or vice versa. Yeah, so I shamed Lottie. He said he's going to do his best to rant, rave, and add drama. What are the odds?
Taking that down with the semi-bluff is Rick at the club draw.
As we get to the Robert Newhouse hand. Remember him? Oh my gosh, I feel so old.
I feel so old.
Tony Dorsett's running mate.
What's the name?
Robert Newhouse, number 44.
Yeah, I know.
The
He's a
largest
fullback.
thighs, yes, largest thighs in the history of thighs. They used to talk about how his waist was smaller than his thighs, so he had to get special made pants.
Yeah, that's like Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, there's several running backs now.
A.J. Dillon. Packers.
Yes, A.J. Dillon. What is the guy that just went to the Ravens? It was at Tennessee. Derrick Henry. Another one. Because Earl made it. He was the first. Earl's thighs were supposedly scary.
Earl's unstoppable.
God bless Earl Campbell.
I just remember that one clip
Horns.
with his shirt being torn as he's running.
Yeah. He wore those tearaways,
That
which
was
they
like,
eventually
wow.
outlawed. Yeah, he'd go through 3 or 4 shirts or jerseys game. Yeah. God bless. And how about those horns? What are we ranked now?
I'm a Florida State fan.
Ah, well, that's unfortunate.
We were in the top 10 before you played the game. Then we lost our first.
The Horns are ranked number 1 now.
TCU?
Yeah, TCU.
TCU.
Not the Horned Frogs, the long horns.
Oh, I thought you meant like the horn. I think what? No, they're not.
You thought I was talking about the Horned Frogs? Yeah, that's my hometown. But
yeah, but
no.
didn't Quinn get hurt?
Yeah, but there's a Manning backing him up.
I was thinking it's over for Quinn. He's got to stay up, but now Manning's in it.
It's going to be difficult. As Seat Buddy hits a set, and it looks like that's about it. No real diamond draws or straight draws. But he does get a caller for $100. Now the hearts are in play. He has the hearts as well. So although Bray is acting like, oh, he jammed him. Wow. So he's got, how does he have, oh, it's Seat Buddy. Yeah, Seat Buddy's got all the
Oh,
extra.
he hits it on the river.
Oh, no. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Oh, my gosh. That's when you know it is not your day. He had 96% equity.
That's a tough one.
Oh, my gosh.
I
That's
never hit a gut shot.
insane. No. No. And when he saw Bray's head, he must have been like, I beg your pardon? Queen 10 called me with no hearts, no diamonds, no sets. Wow. Well, that, folks, is PLO in a nutshell. As Seat Buddy heads for the door, he was on his second bullet, and he just got crushed by the river.
So we have a seat open if anybody.
Yeah, I don't know if you want that one. I might switch it out with the seat that's sitting off to the side there. You big believer in the hot seat, cold seat? No, me either. Not a superstitious guy.
I just had to sit in 4, 5, or 6.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know, it's interesting. We were talking about the dynamics of these new tables are a little. I used to love 2 and 8, 3 and 7, because I had more room on the end. With these tables here, you actually have more room in the middle than we used to have. You're not quite as squeezed in the 5 seat.
Yeah, I just like because I can see the cards.
Yeah, and a lot of people do for that reason. But the table's not this one, obviously, but the other tables are a little narrower on the ends. And you're sitting behind the cup holder, so I'm always kind of struggling on the ends with my chips being in front of me, which I'm not used to.
I think players are still thinking that you have to sit between the cup holders.
Yeah.
All right, Lottie's out. Rick, I think Rick. I feel like Rick has won the most hands. He won a lot of little hands.
Yeah, he hasn't had a real high value hand like Bray just had, but yeah. Wow, that was a really hard bad beat for our buddy. Yep, seat open. I may run out and tell a few of the players that are playing the cash game if they'd like to play in the. Like I said, not quite as many PLO players are in the house today. We usually have really 3 games and the private games at the feature table every day. But there is a promotion. There's a blue light special going on over at Walmart. So a lot of people are over there. They'll be back. Yeah, Bray has ace, king, 9, 6. Jacks for Rick. Ace, jack for Fireman Scott with the hearts, I believe. And there are the hearts.
Jack 9 is in play. Oh, Jack 7. 9, 6.
Yeah.
Jack 7. So
right now, the big equity is sitting with Fireman Scott in his heart draw. He bets 215, bets his draw. It's a tough board for Jacks.
He does have a gutter, but he has middle pair, so he's probably not going to do.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got some pretty high-level thinkers, although we've seen some luck plays on Bray's part. It's kind of been a little bit nitty in that regard once the flop hits. And as always, Lottie and Guapo are a flurry of motion and energy.
Someone shake him to see if he's.
Yeah.
Oh, he looked at us.
Yeah, I mean, he sensed it in the future or in the past, yeah. Oh, this is about the time I shamed him, so you'll see him turn and talk to me.
Austin's a lot nittier.
Yeah,
A lot nittier. Yeah, like.
There's a hand that everybody can hate.
Oh, Rick. He is suited, though.
He's suited. He had a rainbow. Queen 6-5 for Lottie, although neither one of his queens are suited.
Yeah, but it's the
So
5
he does.
6
Yeah, he does
I like
raise.
those type of hands.
Fireman Scott's probably going to come along. Oh, as he tells him why he's folding. I think. Bray's got a decent enough hand with the spades and kind of a nice little spread there. You can hit each part of a flop with ace 10 9 3. He actually 3-bets to 95 and gets snap called by Lottie. Maybe this is the drama that I was waiting for.
Oh, I hope so.
And it's
Flush draw.
drama for Lottie, not much other than a gutter for Bray.
Lottie's going to have to lead out on this.
Yep, he's gonna
He goes
pot
full
that
pot.
that bad boy.
I guess Bray has a gutter.
Yeah, but he's got a gutter to the dummy end of the straight. No, I take it back. He's got the
he
ace.
gets jack.
Yeah,
He has an ace.
yeah, he can hit a jack to make both ends of the straight, but he's going to fold it. All right, Lottie. There is life in that red-haired man. The New York Net, the Long Island Lasher, William Lottie. As we go to the Darrell Johnston hand. Moose.
Yeah, he was Emmett Smith's running mate.
Yep.
And a commentator.
Yep, a good one. I always loved
I
Moose.
see that.
I always think the most touching thing I've ever seen in football, and I don't get touched by much, was Emmett breaking the record, which I was at that game. I had won tickets from the local sports radio station, AM station. Almost drove off the road when they made the announcement while I was driving to work. And I went to that game with my buddy John Zepp and saw Emmett break the record. And I didn't see it at the time of the game, but that was that touching moment where he went over and hugged Darrell.
Is when he's a Cardinal? He broke record as a Cardinal? I don't know.
You know, folks, there are times that
he was a Cardinal, right?
You know, I'm going to go back to
Did he
David and
retire
say,
as
you know,
a
I
Cardinal?
prefer to work alone.
He was a Cardinal. He retired. He said that was his best.
You know,
team
I don't
ever.
know what that has to do with this touching moment in Texas Stadium when Emmett Smith
Oh, that's bad.
broke
When
Walter
Cardinals,
Payton's record.
When Emmett went back to Texas.
No.
After leaving
No,
Dallas.
no. Oh
Wow,
my
breaks the
gosh.
record.
Oh my gosh! Somebody help me.
He's amazing. I remember him. I was in college. I remember him at the University of Florida because we hate
Oh,
University
yeah.
of Florida.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Florida State.
Yeah. Yep. He, you know, I remember Jimmy Johnson talking about him, and he said, you know, people kept telling me, you know, he's too small, too slow. And he goes, I don't know. I just watched the film and seen him outrunning everybody that he gets in a race with.
His 40 was slow.
Huh?
His 40.
His 40 was slow. And he used to say there's track speed and there's pad speed. And, you know, a good example of that, there's several good examples. Wilbert Montgomery. You remember Wilbert Montgomery?
1980 running back in the Super Bowl, yep.
You know, Wilbert Montgomery used to torch the Cowboys. And it was, if you watch those old clips, they would always be bad angle because Wilbert had that deceptive pad
He was,
speed.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love those uniforms back then.
Oh, I did too. Both of ours and yours. That was the traditional stuff.
Our quarterback was Ron Jaworski. in that
Ron
Super Bowl.
Jaws.
That we lost.
Jaws.
That was the second game I ever saw. That's why I'm an Eagle fan.
Yeah.
I saw them play the Cowboys, and they beat the Cowboys in the playoffs that year. And they went to the Super Bowl.
And veterans, I think.
Yeah, and then we had Ron.
Yep.
That was Dick Vermeil's, like.
Yep.
If you watch the movie Invincible. that
Oh,
was Dick-
yeah, that's a great movie. I mean, you know, I hated it and love it at the same time, but that, that
he
story
loves
is
the,
great.
Marky Mark there loves
Yeah,
Boston.
Marky Mark.
Huge Boston fan.
Marky Mark is ended up being a good actor. I never would have believed it.
He is a good actor, but he doesn't want to be called
Did
Marky
you
Mark.
see Father whatever, where he plays a priest?
No.
Father, oh, somebody help me. Father.
I love those movies.
Father Doug?
Let me just look it up.
It's a great movie. It's very up.
You ever see Russell Crowe?
Who?
Russell Crowe as a priest?
Oh, yeah, that's that.
I liked it.
It was a good movie.
Exorcist priest?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Pope's Exorcist.
Yeah, yeah, the Pope's Exorcist.
He's coming out with a new one now, just called Exorcist.
He actually was good in that. I get a little tired of movies, satanic movies, but that's just me.
What am I looking up?
Father, Mark Wahlberg
Mark
and
Wahlberg.
Father Mike, Father Dan, I don't know. Father Dante, I don't know. You're not a padre. You're more of a reverend. You look like Greek Orthodox with that beard. All right, folks. Appreciate all of you that are on the chat. Somebody before Dante can Google that stuff. What? Father what? With Mark Goldberg. Mark Wahlberg.
God, there's so many to go through.
Yeah, we have 5 players. Only one of them's not a
Union, Ted, Family Plan, Arthur. Daddy's Home. Is it Daddy's Home?
No.
Painting.
It's like came out in the last 3 years. Father something.
Instant Family.
You want the bomb pot?
Yeah. You want the bomb pot?
Wow, he's really watched a lot of movies. He's really made a lot of movies. Father Stew.
Father Stew. Yes.
2020.
Watch that movie. It's a good movie.
Yes.
Very good. Kind of the opposite of the Pope's Exorcist. But we like scary movies, don't we?
I love scary movies.
Yeah. We've talked about
It's
that.
that time again, Halloween.
Although I will say that the latest Alien movie was a disappointment. First one I've seen that was a disappointment, next to that third atrocity. All right. Bomb pot.
So 8-10 is the nuts.
Yeah.
He has 10-6, so he's got a gutter. Guapo has 10-9. He has a gutter.
I don't
And
see
Fireman Scott has
sets.
8-7. He has an up and downer.
Yep.
On the bottom.
And we got diamonds for Fireman Scott as well, so he's got to feel a little bit good about this flop.
And he covers Guapo's diamonds.
Yep, lesser diamonds. And gutter to the nuts.
We're going to try.
But he gives it up.
Not enough ranching and raising.
Just like Rick's going to call with his jacks, hoping for a dream.
He wants us to put on
Doesn't
the show.
get it. But he does. Fireman Scott gets trips to go with his queen. Actually, he's got the boat, queen 7.
I mean, Sal gave us more showmanship than anybody with that spread.
And he does get a call from Rick.
And is Rick actually ahead on the bottom?
He may be. He did have a club draw, but that's kind of a brick. Oh, he's got 8-7. Oh, I see. Yeah. He's ahead on the bottom. He's won the bottom with a naked 7. How does Rick not win the bottom? What am I missing here?
He's just got jacks on the bottom board.
Okay. That's okay. So I had.
But it would have been a
reversed.
winner.
Yeah, I get lost in those 100%ers sometimes. Yeah, it would have been a winner, but
Flop queen 7. I had full house already. 7 full of queens. I made 7 full aces.
Is that Sal in the booth?
what's that?
Is that Sal in the booth?
Sal is in the booth, the prestidigitator.
The quickest dealer in the West.
I just always tell people, watch his hands. When we get the overhead view, watch Sal's hands. He's just amazing. And he is a magician. So he's got very, very quick and accurate hands. Another one of the great crew here and he's been at TCH a long time. Took a little hiatus, but is back. We're very glad to have him. I'm glad to have him. He always deals me great cards. I try not to pay attention who does it. Look at this preciseness. Look at that. I mean, it's just the separation of the cards, the quickness. And he can roll out some hands. He and Jeremy, I'd say, and Daniel are probably the fastest of the dealers. Daniel being Bird, if you know him by that name. KJ's not too far behind. Eric is another quick one. Eric's very quick. Set the Guinness Book of World Records for, I don't know what you call it when you take the deck that's mixed up and you put it in order.
Really?
Yeah. He did like 30 of them in 2 minutes. It was incredible. They did it at Card House, and he is in the Guinness Book of World Records for sorting cards.
Shit.
Yeah. Eric with an A. Well, the aces are going to win this if Guapo can stick with them. And he does. No bets at the end there. Yeah, I was there for Eric. A couple of our players went in, were witnesses for the attempt. They videotaped it and had the setup there in the private room as he got like X number of decks and set them in their spade to club top to bottom, like the decks come from the factory, and set the record. It took him 2 tries. Second time he nailed it, if I remember correctly. It's pretty amazing. That's some quick hands. So our dealers are serious about their business.
Yeah.
There's better players in Houston, but it's a much bigger city.
You can't see Guapo's.
Yeah, a little bit of a.
I'm sure it's a ace of clubs or an ace of diamonds.
We'll go in the tank with Guapo's 1 card. Very similar hand from Bray.
More people, and the game has been spread there longer.
Rick's in with his spade.
I feel
draw.
like everybody feels like they mandatorily have to play a suited ace in their hand.
Yeah, I get that. I kind of have to take myself out of that mentality sometimes, especially at a table where they're doing a lot of raising pre-flop. And of course, in this case, it's going to work out. And he's up against King Jack also.
And he's got a bit of a wrap, right? So
well, Bray's got the open ender.
Oh, now he's got the king. Yeah, Bray's got the open ender.
Yep.
Plus the flush draw.
Yeah, we got 2 wraps to the nuts.
Who has the same one?
With Rick sticking around for the spade draw. If a spade hits, it's going to be tough on Bray to get away from this hand.
Well,
especially
that's all we can hope for.
Yeah, let's call it. Turner River.
I think turn Jack of Spades right there.
All right.
That'll give Guapo
Well, Jack of Spades is already a Brace hand. So
it is. Right, so
you wanted the real nuts.
Jack of.
Yeah, 10 of Spades would be really interesting. It'd be open-ended and it'd pair the board. So now both of the Broadway draws hit. The King Jack, we've got.
Yeah, Rick lands with 2 pair, so I don't think he can go away quite yet.
I think he's probably Bray's going to bet this big as he's wont to do. He's looking at a $200 bet. He's going to come over the top of it, and that's what's going to push.
I would have liked to see a check there. Hey, what's up, Michael? Thanks for hopping by.
Oh, he's pushing it in. Rick goes all in, except for 700. Wow. Yeah, and he's facing nut. So.
Yeah, if I'm Bray or Guapo, I'm just hating that, right?
Yeah, because you got to put him on his set.
Is there any?
Oh wait, no, you said actually 700. That's all we're at.
Yeah, he's got a promise behind.
Okay, go ahead. Once or twice. Yeah, everyone's all in. Sorry about that.
So Guapo's all in,
One time?
or he calls.
One time.
Rick's all in. Bray's all in. Da-da-da. Doink. Complete brick. So that's going to felt Rick. And they're going to chop up his money. Wow. What do you think of that hand, sports fans?
I think even hold him, that's a bad one. But with PLO.
Well, he could, if he don't, obviously,
jam,
they both
call.
have King Jack.
Well, jam, call.
Yeah. They neither one of them were excited for a card to be left over. That's why they didn't come over the top. That's why Bray didn't try to push Guapo out of the hand. Wow. I guarantee you Bray's sitting here now. Gosh, I had position on a nut hand that I could have pushed on. Maybe he folds, maybe not.
No,
I don't think it. I think Guapo's too smart for that, but yeah. In a typical recreational game, that was going to play out exactly like it did. So Rick's going to buy back in. Looks like for 700-800. Again, we don't have access to our stats tonight, so it's hard for us to keep up until it pops up during a hand on what they have behind. And I can't really tell you who the big winner or who the big loser is. Bray did felt Buddy, so I think he's probably leading the pack right now. as we hit hand 52. We are about an hour and a half in, or 2.5 hours into our live stream. Thanks for joining us. Please comment in the chat. Maybe even somebody say hi to Uncle T. What's the deal? Dante's getting haze and I'm getting nothing. Fireman Scott with a very playable hand. Ray, not so much. Same for Rick with suited ace. 9s for Lottie and a kind of a middle wrap. Guapo with the 5s. Looks like the middle wrap got the best of this. There are 2 spades out there. And now the board pairs to the 10s. I didn't see anybody have a 10. Yeah, no 10s, but Fireman Scott's going to bet it just for $20. And everybody's going to fold to what appeared to be a value bet. 2 pair with the 10s and 6s. One of the things that Fireman Scott said that he does, and the reason he can take advantage of some of these more professional types at the World Series, is that he does show aggression, that his advantage is in post flop, which we've seen tonight on several occasions. Bray does done it too, that boards that people check around to him, he's going to take the aggressive stance, even just value betting. Lottie's got a very serviceable hand. 4 Broadway cards with clubs. Guapo's got a pretty serviceable hand, but he gives it up. Fireman Scott, the same with the clubs, bigger clubs. Well, the queens are well represented, as are the 10s. And the clubs are well represented. Actually, Bray has got pretty good equity, the best equity, because he doesn't have any card removal other than the 3. And clubs do show up. Lottie could be in trouble here. He does have a king, or Fireman Scott says. The clubs hit. Wow. So we've got first and second nuts facing each other here. Lottie with second nuts. Lottie's going to call a $75 bet as her pot goes up to a little over 300. Let's see how this betting rolls out on the river. The board does not pair. Fireman Scott is going to be aggressive with it and bet 300. So he's going to make a pot-sized bet. Probably going to get called by Lottie.
Nope, second nut's no good.
And Lottie gets the bad news. Fireman Scott's going to take it down. First nuts versus second nuts. Unfortunate. So I just a lot of credit to Fireman Scott for not over-betting that pot, which I thought he might be doing. He obviously thought that Lottie had exactly what he had. So great read on your opponent by Fireman Scott, making a pot-sized bet and fooling Lottie into thinking that he may be trying to buy the pot. Interesting.
Knowing when you're going to get your money back, if it's possible.
There's something to learn from every hand, and that's a really good lesson right there. Aces for Rick, single suited. No, double suited. Spades and hearts. Probably the best hand that Rick's had all night. He's going to pot it, I guess. Obviously, the 1-2-5 game, that it ain't saying much pre-flop. And, of course, he gets no callers. Oh, that's so frustrating. Oh, I sat card dead last night for a long time, and they got double-suited aces, and nobody called me.
He could also make the what with that hand?
That's almost worse than getting bad beat or cooler.
Half off time for an Indian player.
I played with a couple of Indian players last time on TV.
As we play the Sammy Hagar hand. Sammy was not a cowboy.
I just tried to become friends, go to all the games.
Saw him the other day on YouTube. Playing with Joe Satriani. Playing a little bit of a tribute to Eddie. That was my band in the day. Much bigger Sammy fan than David fan. All right, there's the question of the night. Diamond Dave or Sammy Hagar? Which Van Halen frontman did you like best? Not much for this flop. 9 for Lottie.
It's not worth it.
No ace involved. But once again, Rick is showing the aggression. Wins a small pot. So, Sammy Hagar or David Diamond, David Lee Roth? Oh, I got a David Lee Roth bet. See, I'm a Sammy guy. Oh, well, that was the art. That's so. Dante said that he hates David Lee Roth, but he thought he was a better frontman. That's always the conversation with me and Rob. You know, when we have that conversation, he's always about frontman or singer. Obviously, Sammy's the better singer, better songwriter. We have the Rob Halford versus Bruce Dickinson conversation.
I don't know who that is.
That's the lead singer from Judas Priest and Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden.
Yes, better.
When I was a
better
kid,
frontman.
Yes, when I was a kid, when I tell you I had every wall with Iron Man posters, I wouldn't be lying. Remember those old with Eddie?
Yeah,
That's the Eddie character.
Yeah.
They used to be a big deal. Like
Eddie was everywhere.
Yeah,
Eddie
like
the
the
monster.
furry skeleton.
Yeah.
I had it all. We're talking poker. Don't worry.
You did not.
Oh.
I didn't see one that Kristen drops by.
All right.
You too. Have a nice evening, Kristen.
Saw some of our friends out there.
What's that?
I just saw some bunch of our cows out there playing.
Oh, yeah.
Having a good time.
I'm going to say something about our dealers right now. I always like to give them credit for doing live streaming. So you're in the box for 2 hours. You don't get as many hands in because of everything that's going on. You have somebody talking in your ear. You have the players talking. You're working twice as hard, making half as much.
And the pressure is on because it's a bigger game.
Yes.
So
I always kind of give a shout out to our live stream dealers who sometimes can be also under-tipped.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
they
gonna say about
don't
that.
get as many hands as the regular ones. So
Right, they're getting less
getting
frequency,
money.
which is how they make their money. And a lot of times the big pots with the bigger players, the professional players, don't tip as well. Recreational players are much better tippers. I'm just going to throw that out there. Not a controversial thing to say, but just credit to these dealers.
Exactly. There's some real, I don't even know where they get these great dealers from. There's a couple out there saw today. I was like, wow. All right, let's see what we got here. We see a second nut flush by Bray, but Lottie's got the nut flush. And when Lottie raises you, you know he's got it.
Because it's only one bit. Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's a. Sometimes they do long pots. In Houston, I got trip kings, bro. I'm about to fold to you. Brutal.
By the Kings. I'm the only Tommy has who calls with second nuts around here.
No, I do.
Can you break it, please?
So still in the box. We are doing bomb pots I think it's every orbit, so every 30 minutes or so. We'll be seeing some bomb pots come through. Everybody loves the bomb pots. Lottie dragging that pot down.
Also, I've noticed, like what kind of game you're playing. Like, if you're playing like 1-3 holding, a lot out of it.
Yeah, that's one job I never could do. I can never deal.
Players are going to make so many mistakes.
We are only 5-handed. We want to go 6-handed in this game, so if anyone wants to come down and jump in, play some PLO, 1-2, bring it in for 5.
They've also moved up, just like you have.
Fireman Scott, 2 to call, and some mediocre holdings there. Sure, I'll probably just let that go.
Now you're not so much doing this like letting people move mistakes. Now you got to be a bit more creative.
Bray with the suited ace and a pocket pair. Definitely look to see a flop. And Lottie again with the pocket aces, one being suited. He's probably going to raise this up. Probably going to pot it. So he goes to 42. So he does pot it. Goes back to Guapo, who is double suited with Broadway cards there, King Queen. Your hand really shrinks when you see a 3-bet in front of you with those type of holdings. So I expect, yeah, he's going to lay that down. But Bray's in a tough spot here. He was the initial raiser, so he's going to call, and he is suited to the ace with a pair. So 4s have been hot, not only on the stream, but out there on the table. So we see 4s flop here with a 3. So it doesn't help anybody. Nobody is going to improve. So Lottie with his aces and 4s, and Bray with his 9s and 4s. Backdoor flush draw. Doesn't come in. Now you've got the clubs here. It's going to go check, check, and then an ace. So Lottie ends up with the best boat you can have, aces full here. Problem is, Bray also has an ace, so he would aces and 4s. So he would have just 2 pairs. His hand doesn't beat anything, so I'm looking for him just to lay down, especially when Lottie's playing. Lottie's showing aggression here.
That's the opposite of move.
Nice, Drew. Play. On to the next hand. Lottie's got a lot of spades there and 3 Broadways. He's going to like to lay that one down.
I keep forgetting this wants to come in. That is not secure in any way.
7 raises to 35. And 6 balls.
Every time you raise that call, I've had a pretty weak hand.
We have a king in the window. We have 2 diamonds, 4, 5. So some connectivity. We do see Fireman Scott with a king and also a pocket 5. So he just smashes that board. So much so it's going to be hard for people to continue. Bray, though, can suck out with backdoor spades or 6. Doesn't see that.
6 check. 7 bets 160.
Again, we have 8 full tables going here tonight, plus 3 tables on our tournament in the back. What a difference the size of this room brings to TCH. We'll do a lot of stuff here. But we do effectively have 9 tables going. Lahadi's going to lay down the suited ace. Guapo's ace wasn't suited. And it's off to Fireman Scott and Bray. Probably our most 2 active players. We're going to see a very monotone flop here.
glory to get up here. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I think it's 9:45.
Yep. 45 approximately.
Glory. Yeah, how about it? You can take on this seat. So that's it.
I'll take this one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Good. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I'm in for 420.
I'm gonna need your full name, your screen name.
You just put that.
Just that?
Yeah.
And how much you coming in?
420.
420? His name is Seth. But I mean, it's 420. The phone and
Yeah.
you're gonna be seat 2. Very cool.
You need to use the cup holder, you can do whatever you want.
Thank you very much.
And we have a new player.
Big blind?
Really excited?
Yeah, you make me come straight into play.
Nice. You just gotta take your phone off.
Oh, yeah. It's good. It prevents me from playing online while I'm playing.
Good.
The true degeneracy. And where do I have to wave it on this table here?
This is the circle, you want all 4 on there, and they'll make
Oh,
you
do I have to take the first? Oh, yeah. Okay. We're good. I did nothing wrong. Alright.
What's wrong?
No,
Nothing.
perfect.
I know what happened.
Damn it.
I know.
So,
Yeah.
4, and then 6 raises to 30.
You got Fireman Scott, 3 betting here.
7 calls.
He's got a suited ace.
2 calls.
You have Seth is going to call, as well as Bray and Lottie. So we're seeing Fireman Scott use these less than pot size raises all the time. He's really trying to build the pot and keep players in there. So 8 Jack would be the nuts. Jack 10, Jack Queen Jack would be nice. 7 Jack and Jacks for Bray. So Bray's got a set here. Lay it down. 8, 9. So Lottie's got an up and downer. No flush draw. He's gonna raise to 380. Well, we don't see this a lot from Lottie, but Fireman Scott has got the nuts here. Well, not the nuts, but the Jack would give him. Oh no, he doesn't have a Jack. Oh, he's gonna lay it down.
Am I allowed to have my cell at the table next to me, or do I need to put it
It should be put away.
And Lottie with a nice
So you
bluff
have it
there.
off the stage. Ideally, like goes in your pocket or something.
Mine's like
That's
back
fair.
here. I can check it out.
Good.
That right there.
It's just so you don't watch the live stream as it's going.
Oh, it's not a delay anyway. But it's not a delay anyway. It's more about appearances.
So just gonna post like a normal.
In case you're a hacker of some kind. Conspiracy theories.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That's fair.
It's,
Better safe than sorry.
It's industry standard.
As it should be.
Yeah, you can do like Jonathan Tamayo, just run over to the rail and have your buddies like check the computers for you. And
Oh yeah,
give you all
that,
the
like,
right answers.
that was a little ridiculous.
But I mean, like, if the rules allow it, and that's like, they have to address that at the rules level if they.
All right, we're gonna be off to the deal now. He's just gonna cut the cards
I
here.
have this conversation if Griff ends up winning anyway.
Well, that's the, but that's the.
You buying it? You can straddle if you want, but you buying it.
The new player I am not too familiar with.
Straddle.
With
I don't think that's allowed.
was,
See?
Don't quadruple straddle.
the
One.
main thing was the look, the way it looked, I thought.
Yeah.
But also, they do say before every tournament, the use of external devices is not allowed.
Yeah. That he didn't use the device is one loophole. The other loophole is how do you define tournament area?
Yeah,
There's,
there's,
like,
yeah,
there's like
there's a lot of.
there's
holes.
loopholes that you can ram a truck through. Like and then the other thing I hear is like, what did the casuals see? They didn't see a damn thing. It's on friggin' Poker Go. None of them are paying for the paywall.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody watched it.
And it's not going to make the CBS Sports edit. If they have 2 brain cells, it's not going to make the edit.
Yeah, they didn't.
That airs in 6 months
Okay.
on a channel that nobody gets.
You raised it. Yeah, you're fine.
Channel 420.
Alright.
That's the most important channel.
Yeah.
Okay. And then 8 calls.
I fold.
And then 2 folds.
I think there's some high rollers.
His name is
that touch
Seth
brass. That's my hot
in
take.
C1, C2, C1.
You want drama? I'm saying what I think about high rollers. Well, so where's Drew? So let's keep that on Drew. Where did he go? I could have sworn he was.
We're off to the flop now, so your queen 10 would be the nuts. Braves is going to flop it. He's got the flush draw with Rick having a nut flush draw. So I anticipate Brave betting out here. Rick could come over the top. He does have one pair as well, but he wants to get the money in because of that draw. So he elects just to call here. And we've got the queen, so any 10 with a, which Rick doesn't have. That queen is not a good card for Bray. He could have king 10, he could have any of those hands. So he's going to jam here. I don't think Rick can get away from it. The pot is huge. You should get away from it. It's the turn. You only get one more card. So it's 379 to win 950. Right, you got to be good 1 out of 3 times. Are you ever good 1 out of 3? Plus you have that draw that'll hit.
That's fair.
1 out of, I'm just guessing, 1 out of 7.
Many outs.
Was that Jack 10 of clubs?
3 hit. Things in road.
Can't ask for a much better flop.
Just enough left to stack off.
Yeah. That's my MO. Yes, sir.
On. Huh? Well, nothing exciting so far.
Well, why not? As Guapo gets the aces. No suits. 4 spades for Bray. Doesn't deter him from calling $5. Lottie's got the top and the bottom 2 broadways, 2 wheel cards.
Spectator. When in Austin, right? You said that we were nittier.
He's trying to fit in, bro.
Let's see, he's got
I mean, like, I'm famous for that.
Looks like there's 9-6 of diamonds is in play. That's the highest diamonds, 8-2 for Seth.
It's fine with me. I don't,
There's the diamonds. 9-6 can't be too excited about them.
I don't know.
Seth also has 8 high diamonds.
Yep.
Guapo had the ace diamonds.
Yep, he did.
You ever use that card to bluff with?
Yep.
When the flush comes, you've got the nutter butter draw.
Not something I'd recommend in a recreational game because the awareness level is not so high. No straights, no flushes. I guess you could have 6-4 here.
Nice hand.
We can communicate that to production then if you're okay with that.
Rick takes it down for $165. Rough night for off and on night for Rick.
I mean, I put my name on it when I came in, but they didn't say anything. Yeah, they didn't say anything. And I just looked over. I was playing that PLO game. But my friend who was playing, it was like
Hand 63.
I might as well play the last time.
Good famous while you're winning.
Thanks to everybody joining us tonight. We're still not getting much in the way of chat, so I assume you're still getting your hair done or still doing that
I got my hair
pedicure.
done before I got here.
You did? Yeah, I could tell. I could tell you had it in a ponytail earlier.
I did.
You got that head dent. Bray's got the aces this time, also unsuited, very, very close.
A lot of aces too.
Yeah, very, very close to what.
A lot of big suit, a lot of big pairs in so far.
Yeah.
Have you played with Seth there?
I have.
No, he
Don't
looks
know
familiar.
him. Don't know him real well, but I've seen him around. Kings for Fireman Scott, so we got aces versus kings. Better broadways for Fireman Scott. He's got the high clubs.
Thinking of a flop sell.
Very cool. All right. 4 players.
Thank you.
And a 7 rolls off. Don't remember if anybody had a 7. I don't think so, and they don't. Really only a draw to the 4-3. No sixes out there, but no straight possibilities for Seth. Spades are still in play. Nobody's got them. That'll be a quick one for Sal to clean up. Rick wins another pot, 2 in a row.
Oh, we did do bomb pots.
We do bomb pots. There we go.
Nice.
Give me your money.
Finally,
You know, there's not much better in this world than a Longhorn yarmulke.
A Longhorn what?
Yarmulke.
Are you a Texas Longhorn fan?
I am a graduate
You went
of
there?
the University of Texas.
People graduate from there?
Yes, with master's degrees.
I didn't know they ever were able to.
Well, I don't have a master's degree, but I have a.
I know, Florida State, I know.
I didn't actually graduate from there. I graduated
Yeah.
from the University of New Orleans.
Oh, really?
They
You
took
know.
my scholarship away. I was a knucklehead back then.
Yeah, well, we all were.
So I moved to I went to New Orleans.
I was a much better student as a master's student than I was as an undergrad. That's for dang sure.
The table, the equipment in the table, the software that puts the red.
2 pair for Guapo.
It's different. It's different than the old poker GFX we used to
2 pair for Fireman Scott. He does check it.
That's rich.
As we play our bomb
He's
pot.
got that open ender there too.
Set of kings for Seth.
So something for everybody. As
He
we-
does-
Usually what you get in a bomb pot anyway.
Yeah, Seth has got the most equity total with the with the gut shot to the 6 on the bottom and the kings on the top.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So it looks like we're going to be down to these 2. 10-8 with a open ender. 2 dead cards. Complete bricks for both.
We're going to see Bray lead out here. He's going to have to if he wants to win this hand.
Yep.
Quick jam. Yeah, he's just hoping to see a safe card there on top. He knows he's not winning the bottom, but he still can win the bottom.
Yep.
With a 5 or a 6.
He does have the hard draw as well, so. It's
Oh, he hit it.
he did hit his gutter, so he's
Wow.
he hits the 6. Wow, what a payment card for Seth. So, Seth wearing a necklace that I wear around.
I couldn't see
That necklace?
Yep, that exact same necklace, which is in support of the hostages taken.
Gotcha.
It says bring them back in Hebrew.
You're not going to believe this, but my wife can attest. I helped start up Wounded Warriors.
Did you really?
With I worked at Microsoft. This is
Wow.
probably 2010.
Yeah.
Or 9, I don't know, 10. And the very first office was in San Diego. So I worked in Mission Viejo
Yeah.
for Microsoft, but I
Yeah.
traveled to San Diego a lot. So I helped them set up their office, do marketing. I didn't do everything, but had teams come in and give free computers,
Nice.
servers, the whole. It was very small. There was only 3 employees. So.
Wow.
Now they're huge.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's one of that tunnel to towers, or because I work with military veterans and military medicine that we're very aware of. Worked with the Institute of Surgical Research and down in San Antonio and the Center for the Intrepid, which is an amazing place for wounded warriors.
I have 2 sons in the military. Well, one just got out of the Navy. He
What branch?
Nimitz.
Oh, yeah, Navy boy.
Yeah. And then the other one's Air Force. He's in Montana.
Yeah.
He's guarding a silo.
Yes, silo facility.
They need guarding.
Yeah, I know exactly where that is.
I don't understand why.
Well, you know,
Okay.
even in Montana,
Somebody
you,
can
you know, if you have large weapons of mass destruction, you need to put some guards out.
You know what else my other claim to fame was? I went to, Richard, a lot of young people aren't going to know him. Richard Dreyfuss,
Yes,
the actor.
the actor.
Well,
Jaws.
we went to his house to fix his computers because they crashed.
Really? Yeah, he's one of my favorite actors from that era. Goodbye Girl, Close Encounters, Jaws.
He was in
and
Piranha 3D. At
yes,
the very beginning.
yes.
He died at the very beginning.
Yes, I remember that cameo.
It was like a toilet bowl.
Yes. He was an amazing actor. If you ever get a chance to watch the movie Goodbye Girl, it's a
Yeah,
really
no, he
sweet.
is. Just think if he was like, it sounds very shallow. If he was like a really good-looking guy, he'd be the best actor.
Oh, he would. He would. He absolutely
If
would.
he would have been average height.
You know, I've called Paul Giamatti the Richard Dreyfuss of his generation. It's a fantastic actor, great voice, nothing to look at. But you know, you got to have those guys. And Paul Giamatti is my favorite.
Paul Giamatti. He's
Yeah,
really good.
loved him in that. What's that movie? Him in the wine movie. Yeah, he's great
He
too.
played Santa Claus in a movie.
Yes.
Just off the top of my head.
He also probably the best series I've ever seen about a president was the Adams series. He played John Adams. Fantastic. Laura Linney played.
You mean
his
Quincy
wife?
Adams' grandfather? John Quincy?
Yes, John Quincy Adams, one of the founding fathers.
Do you know your presidents?
I do really well.
Can you name them in order?
No.
I win.
No, but there's not any of them that I don't know a little something about.
I mean, well,
my dad was a history buff, so I
yeah, my degree is basically a history degree in theology.
Oh yeah, biblical history.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Ancient
more.
history?
It's not more about the philosophy of the Bible, but more about the history.
Yeah.
And so it's a history degree, right?
Yeah. So we got diamonds showing up. Ace is the best hand for Rick. Queen for Lottie.
It's
Who also
surprising
can
in
hit
this
the
game we
10.
haven't seen people make big hands.
Yeah.
Usually you would in a PLO.
Yeah.
Everybody's a but this game is a little. I don't know if it's because we're only 6 people. But
Yeah, but it's just one hand every.
Yeah, the live stream that we used to do once a month could be pretty nitty, but with a full 9 allotment to a table, there was a lot more action, a lot more to talk about, because there's always a couple premium hands in every one, and then a couple of premium flops for the hands. So, or a premium flop for a couple of hands. I haven't had that much today.
We do like some weird bomb pots. So we'll do like
yeah, no straight flushes, no quads, a couple of boats.
By the way, I misquoted that Hebrew on that necklace. It's bring them home, not bring them back. So, just so you know. Yep.
I prefer doing button shroud just because I.
Yep, that's a charity. That is a nonprofit.
It's like the mainstay there.
I mean, I get it.
Fireman Scott. See if he wants to play this.
I mean,
This is a raising hand for him, but he just limps in.
That could be a fun hand to play.
Yeah.
It's not expected. We are going to come in for the 45.
Not going to be diamonds from Fireman Scott. Rick folded 3 of them.
Like everybody's gonna straddle their button when it gets to them for the most part, whereas everyone's not gonna.
But Seth raises 45, or calls Bray's 45, and Fireman Scott, who's been kind of quiet tonight, folds. This is a jack flop for Bray.
So
10,
Bray got an open
10
ender
gutter.
there.
Yeah, gutter for Seth, but he gets away from it. That was an aggression hand by Bray. He was betting it didn't matter what the flop was. Well, just about. Didn't matter.
I might move to your seat just so I can see better unless somebody else wants it. What? You can never change seats. I can't change seats? You never change seats. Actually? Never. Not on the stream. Oh, wait. No, I'm repeating what you say. Oh, okay.
Why don't you let them know if you can, how make an announcement to get another player?
Crap, I didn't hear what you said. What did you say again?
Can you get them to announce to get another player?
Oh, okay,
Get an
okay.
open seat?
Yeah, sure.
About 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh, in about 10, 15 minutes, you think?
Well,
You can do it now because we'll play 7-handed until he's here.
by the time they get somebody here,
He wants me to ask you if we can announce if we can have more players come by. On the blind, yeah?
yeah, we have a player about to leave.
If we could make an announcement to have
Guapo's got a nice little hand with the middle wrap with an ace and the spades. He comes in. Almost the same hand for Fireman Scott, who's got the clubs. And aces for Rick. Double suited aces. Nice hand. I had it 3 or 4 times last night. Didn't
Oh,
hit
the
it
aces
once.
are gone. Yeah, that is a pretty hand.
Yeah,
and
it
he can. The best part about it, he can make Broadway or the wheel.
Yep. Yeah, that.
I mean,
that is a premium PLO hand.
You know,
Aces,
yeah.
double suited with a top, and you can hit the wheel like you said, and Broadway. And he does get a 5, and he's drawing to a king for the nuts.
Yeah, I mean,
yep. And well ahead of his opponents.
Well, I mean,
That's a lot of equity for PLO against 2 opponents.
Yeah, 'cause, you can represent anything, so people take advantage.
Waffle's gone.
Rick always puts
Rick
the hammer down, doesn't he? He just
yeah,
always,
he does.
Doesn't matter what position.
I think when you're short like he is, and you bought in for 2 bullets, you're trying to make up ground a lot, so you're probably betting a little heavier.
A little bit more aggressiveness to you.
Real briefly, I'm going to show you our tournaments. So the one that's going on tonight, Wednesdays and Fridays. Tonight it's going on. They've just about to go to break. 15 minutes left to buy in. 3,000 guarantee, $60 buy-in. We also have it on Friday night. So just letting you know what's going on here at TCH Social tonight. And we have our day tournaments. My favorite, the Sunday tournament for 300K buy-in, the Black Chip Bounty.
Sunday's football.
You know, I actually did not play in it last Sunday because the Cowboys were playing it, and I wished I'd come and played it.
Yeah, I wish I would have not
Yeah,
watched
we both could have done without football.
Well, ours was harder to get over. We won the game.
You think it's better getting trucked?
I do, because what happened with that game is I don't think the Cowboy players like, all right, it's 3 scores.
Yeah.
They're just giving up, right? The Eagles players never gave up. That was them.
Yeah.
That's why it's harder.
Yeah. I think you're right. It's more you sat there for the whole time wishing and hoping.
Thinking you were going to win.
I spent about 20 minutes in that game wishing and hoping, and then resigned to my fate.
At least get it over with. Jeez.
Fireman Scott's got a great hand. I like Jack 10,
sorry
9, 8.
about that.
Yeah. Just
Is he double suited?
No.
That's not his hand.
Just
then.
single suited.
Not his flop. So we do see diamonds here.
6 is
Lottie
blocking.
got the nutter diamond draw here.
He
so
does.
With a 5. He's got some backdoor equity
Yeah,
as well.
he
So I
does.
expect him. He just checks, I guess.
8 or 9 of diamonds would be a good card here.
No diamond there.
Now complete brick.
I think
Although
Lottie was thinking I should have bet the turn.
yeah.
Of course, 4-6 is in play. if
Yeah,
somebody had
but
it.
we got 3 6s out. Rick's blocking it effectively in his
6-3,
mind.
So you can get a 4 for it.
And another brick. So without a 4 out there anywhere, no.
So
Oh, we did have a 4.
Ace 4.
4, 7.
No, 4
yeah.
deuce. He's got the straight.
No. He's missing the 5. Oh no, he's missing.
No.
Oh, he does for
Yeah,
the
he's
4
got
by
the 4
itself.
too.
Yeah. Seth's actually got the.
But you can't bet it. It's a tough bet.
No.
You can call a bet. You can't really.
Rick's disgusted. Folds.
Lottie leads out here.
Pair of 5s.
Oh, and he gets a call.
Better than a pair, yeah, that's better than a pair.
Bet 100, wins 100. Nice call, Seth.
I was just like, I was confused.
I wonder why Lottie's got there.
Yeah, I think because he blocked the nut straight and I
Yeah,
don't know.
but he was thinking he's going to get everybody to fold.
Yeah,
right?
last to act in that group.
Get some lone ace to fold.
Yep.
Just a busted draw.
Fair. Busted
Not diamonds. I also had a gutter.
All right, folks, we're entering our last hour.
Fireman Scott.
We're going to go till about 10:15 tonight. We started a little bit late. I think 10:15. Yeah, we started at 5:15, 6:15, excuse me.
And I had on my uniform, I'd be after work.
So thank you for joining us. I see a few of you still left. So
I actually think Seth got
please hit
slower.
the like button. What's that?
I think Seth got slower because he's really being precise.
Yeah.
I just think he's always like, oh yeah. Usually he's like, and like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, on behalf of whatever community it was, thank you.
I watched a lot of poker online. I saw the crazy. They were showing the craziest dealers. This guy had the cards in his hand like that, and he was dealing like.
Oh, really?
He was. What the hell is that? Like, another guy held it like this. And
Yeah, I always like the back throw.
Yeah,
Have you seen the guys that will throw to the ninth seat
Yeah.
with their hand out in
Yeah.
front of the board? They'll throw it
Yeah.
backwards. It's always, and they're so accurate.
the guy was doing it with his finger.
I guarantee you, this is something, you think that, well, because he does hand magic, Sal has got this, but he practices. He takes it very
He
seriously.
actually loves being a dealer.
He does.
I did talk to him a couple of times.
And you can tell when somebody likes what they do.
Yeah.
I bet you Phil would play the live stream.
If I had to have a job, I'd be a dealer. And that's not,
Really?
that's
I found out at
too
a
much
company
work.
party that I was terrible at it. So Fireman Scott's got the queens. He bets 175 into Rick.
He does have the nuts
who's open-ended.
now, but
Yeah.
I think he can
And
find
a
a
jack.
call here. Although he should fold.
Yes.
He's got. Wait, no, he's got 2 pair. This is a call for him.
Yep. Yeah, Jack 3 is going to get him the
Although
call.
making his boat will be the worst thing for him, but
Yeah,
he does have 2 pair with up and down straight draw. Right? He's got a. And he misses everything. Never mind.
Yeah,
It's
complete
over.
blank. Yeah, yeah.
It didn't let me finish my analysis.
Yeah.
He's too fast.
Yeah, rough night for Rick.
Fireman Scott is picking up a lot. I don't know if you noticed. You probably did.
Yes.
A lot of value in his hands.
He does.
They're not the greatest. This one was really good hand, but they're not the greatest hands. But he knows where he is. He knows how to get value out of people.
You know, that's the most mysterious thing about this and really good professional players is how do they know where they are so often? And I know what the theoretical reason for why they know where they're at. And they've got their game honed. So they've got their ranges in their minds, even in PLO, of what the other person has. But it's still just magical to me. As we play the Ed Too Tall Jones hand. I just got the look, folks. I got the look. Huh?
What did he mean to his hands?
No. Ed?
I don't know.
No, he was very you read Hollywood Henderson's book. He was very much of a quiet, sit at home and drink beer person. He didn't know what to do with.
I'll tell you that.
Well, Leon.
There's some way to say that they're a felon, but they're not a felon.
Yeah, don't get me started.
I mean, if you commit a felony.
Great hand for Fireman Scott.
Yeah, there's people who.
Ooh, he's almost double suited too. That would have been.
Yeah, that would have been very cheery.
And by the way, those hands never flop well. So,
Yeah, and of course this is the flood. Well, you
not
got
bad.
a
He's
little
got
piece
the
of it. Not
queen
too bad.
there. Let's see, he's got.
Nobody takes responsibility.
He bets it out. He's like, I block a set of queens and I've got kings, so why not bet it?
That's one. That's good. 10-0. That's even better.
Not much for anybody else to call. No 8, so you don't have. Oh, Rick makes the call with.
Yeah, he's looking for some backdoor equity.
Backdoor, yeah, he's got some backdoor club draw. And
I guess.
Backdoor
yeah. Straight draw.
now the spade's hit and it's all gone, up in smoke. It's going to be check. Unless Rick decides to get feisty. He doesn't have enough behind really to get too feisty.
Yeah.
4 clubs or 4 spades. Not that makes a difference in PLO.
It's nice that they're actually
2 pair.
Like I remember
9-7 takes it. Wow.
He rivered 2 pair on a.
I think the
5 cards.
poker karma kind of owed him on that one.
Wow. Should have jammed.
Yeah. People often say the poker gods, and I always say I'm too monotheistic for that. But do you ever say that?
Poker gods?
The poker gods were. I'm like, who is that?
Well, because.
Is that Phil Hellmuth and Daniel Negreanu?
No, it's
Phil Eisen.
This is not important.
Yeah.
Profits.
Yes. Wow. As we dip down into
I know,
your
right?
theological degree.
Wow, I should have said that.
Dang, brothers.
There are 616 cents.
Ego?
No, he was saying
I would say that's probably a top 5.
Pride.
Pride. Yeah, I'd say it's a top
Same
5.
thing, yeah.
Well, last week or 2 weeks ago, we had 10 things you hate people to do or say at the table. So now we got the top 616 sins, of which gambling is not on that list.
I don't know them all. Sure it is. Probably doesn't say gambling, but it says something else.
Yeah, the closest thing you get to is don't throw your lots in with fools.
Don't don't sleep with your neighbor's wife. Well, don't covet your neighbor's wife.
Yeah, I often cover my neighbor's hand. And But
Well, I've never even seen
that's
my
about as
neighbor,
far as I
so-
get. Unfortunately, I live in condominium. I'm at C mine too much. All right, back to
Flush draw
poker.
here for Bray.
Back
He's
to
leading
poker.
out. Fireman Scott also has a flush draw, but he can't be too excited.
No, it's kind of out of nowhere.
And then we've got Rick with a gutter,
Like my foot's
and that
already
is
in there.
it. And we're all going to stay in.
Yeah, and the 6 hits.
So nobody has a 6.
Yeah, well, that's because it just got folded. Probably
Bray does.
kicking
They
himself.
both have an ace. They both have almost the same hand, except Bray has the draw. So we're going to see a chop pot here. Aces and 6
Yep.
with the
Complete
with a
blank.
key kicker.
How many times have we said that on the
Yeah, it's been
complete
a lot
blank?
of pillow.
Actually, ace 4, but the counterfeited by the 6s. So technically, Rick had the better hand. Bray did have the diamond draw, which kind of goes away when that board pairs. Although these players are much more likely to call off.
Never looked under his bed. I'm like,
You know, I had, reminds me of me, I had
and so
ace
he
king
goes,
versus
"I'm
ace
gonna
deuce out there.
Yeah.
The next
And
day,
ace hits a flop.
I come back
And so
from
we'll go all in now.
the
And
counselor,
ace hits a flop.
and my bed
And
is
it comes down, bet, I know at ace queen, and then it was like ace 6-6,
that says,
7 king.
who's the dumbass now? Come
So we
find
both
me.
have aces and
I'm
6s
on,
with
like,
king
this side
kicker.
of camp.
Oh, wow.
For like $1,200
This
pot.
man sends
So we
me
just chopped
in a
it up.
scaffold
Oh, that's
I was
so
like-
disgusting.
all the way to the Far East, then all the way to the North, then all the way to the North, then all the way
Yeah,
to the Mississippi, then all the way
I
to
hate
Africa,
chop
he
pots.
goes waiting for
I
me at
of
every
course
single
don't mind
place.
them when I found out that I was
Finally, I get
drawing
mad,
dead. I hate them
and
when
it's
I
just, there's
I
another
find
man
out that
sitting there that
that
says,
last
"Hey,
card
Buster,
saved
try to look
somebody.
outside." And, my bed was outside again.
There's nothing worse than not getting a value out of a bad call
He kept
by
me going
somebody.
for like a solid over an hour. Like, he enlisted like
We've
6
certainly
people to
seen
help
the
him
big
play
pairs
so
tonight.
well.
Almost every hand somebody's had a big pair, but that's kind of what you expect in PLO and long pots as Guapo exits stage right.
No worries. Fireman Scott with the over pair. We see 2 pair by, we see 2 pair by Seth with his set of 5. So he's very comfortable if someone doesn't have a set above him. There is a straight though. Rick's gonna have a straight here. He's going to look to build a pot now. So he bets, looks like 150, almost, I think it's 150. Oh no, 55, sorry. A third size pot, and he's really trying to get some callers in here, but he's got to be careful. And Rick has a flush draw. He has a nut flush draw as well. I see an 8 here on the board.
That's so unfortunate.
Rick still has the straight. The set of the set of 5s, and I think Rick's going to take this one
I'm
out.
blocking myself the whole way. I don't know why I called. Thanks a lot, Sal. Yeah. You have nut hearts too. Checks there. He makes his speech like, alright, well, this guy's gonna
Yeah, I mean, I had a clean high flush draw on his 7, I think.
Everything that's in involved
As
before
soon as you
here.
hear him talking, yeah. I mean, I was walking the hell out of myself. I should have been out of there.
It's like, yeah, exactly.
Nice hand, man.
I couldn't believe that.
Yeah. I had the same issue. I looked again and I go, am I really blocking myself in every direction? Alright, let me be an idiot. A dumb call on the river, but it was a good
Here
bet.
we go. Going to say goodbye to Guapo. Going to step out.
Okay, raise at 6 raised to 30. Second call. So 8 calls, 2 calls.
We got Seth here with pair of 10s. Suited queen. Rick Scott. 8, 9, 10. Queen. Probably wants to see a jack on the flop.
And I didn't want to be bluffed on the live.
So we're going to get 2 diamonds with an ace. Fireman Scott has a nut flush draw with an ace. He's looking pretty strong right now. Don't see anybody else who could call him. Just try the right type of hands.
Then we've got more Broadway cards on the board. I stand by what I said.
It's a bonfire time? It's a bonfire time. Yeah, no, I'm just looking at it right now.
Who do you think's better, Austin or Houston? I was thinking about it. I know how this conversation is going to go. It's the fourth biggest city. Yeah.
Walks of life there. Houston's a common. It's bigger than a lot of countries.
It's actually Houston's actually bigger than Chicago.
Alright, show me shit cell.
You said it well. It's like there's all sorts of.
That player.
We're in a bomb pot here.
I check.
All right, let's see who's got the hearts. Nobody has the hearts. This might be a very small pot here.
I check.
6-9, 6-8, 2, 8, 4, 9.
I have a straight and 2 pair.
Well, that one's going to go by the wayside. Looks like the set of 10s won on the top board.
Yep, that's a straight on top. The unexpected scooper. That is unexpected. But you got it. Expect to muster up that pin on there. Get rid of this. Alright, we're basically back to even. It's just the same thing. This could be worse.
We're off to hand 84 here. I am surprised we got so many hands up.
Personally, I like these variations.
Cards are out. Looks like Fireman Scott's the first one to act. Seth wakes up with a suited ace. Likely to play that, and he does. And then we get a call with Lottie suited ace with queens. He just calls.
What's up, Ashley?
Heart right in the window. A couple of 8s. Thought I saw Lottie with the 8. Oh, he flops a boat. Lottie checks it over. He's looking for someone to have aggression. And Rick's going to go ahead and just bet this out with nothing.
Thank you.
Lottie looks frustrated. It's all an act. Lottie's hoping he hit his flush now. Now the flush got there. Lottie's hoping that he bets a very small amount. $50, hoping to induce a call here. And Rick's not going to oblige him.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten much value out of hands tonight that he's made. Hence the look in his face, which is pretty much his normal look. Maybe a little disgusted.
He looked really disgusted when he turned the nets. He's like, ugh.
Did he?
Let's go back and watch it. Or I was like, oh,
rewind.
Did he really? He's like, oh. And Rick just shut it down. He's like, I'm out.
Lottie doesn't look happy. I need to beware. Lottie, one of the more emotional players that you'll never see emotion out of. He's actually quite animated, as if you know from our live stream. I thought that Lottie did a fantastic job at that 300K final table. I was on the chat with Kyle. We were just wearing him out with chat, and he was just bloody brilliant. On a pretty dry table too.
Yeah, I can't do tournaments.
Why? Can't get into the commentary?
Commentating on tournaments.
No.
Because poker's different.
Yeah, it is.
So it takes a lot of.
And it was pretty nitty. I mean, we watched somebody, I forget I'm going to say his name was Josh, fold aces, and Lottie was like apoplectic because the board was not that threatening, kind of a rainbow king high, which is exactly what you want with aces.
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Yeah, what are you afraid of?
Ace.
And a heavy bet pushed the guy out of the hand, and we were like, what? That was like the definition of nititude. Well, as we get into our last hour, we're going to thank all of you for being on with us tonight, and any of those that are watching after the fact. This has been a PLO game from the outset. 1-2-5 with just 6 players. Now 5, as we have a seat open. Seth also looks disgusted.
He's got middle set with
all sorts of draws. Yeah. Backdoor clubs. He had a lot of that board. Too much.
You got the floor managers wearing suits now.
You know,
professional.
Spiro is a good-looking man. He looks better in a suit. He looks a
really
little
good
bit mafioso,
Kelly Green.
kind of Greek mafioso.
From South Philly.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys, we're not getting much in the chat. Give me something. Give me something good. In the words of Rufus and Shaka Khan. Tell me something good.
You know something we don't know.
I'm just hearing a bunch of stuff. Thank you so much. I hear voices every day.
The Harvey Martin hand.
What?
Harvey Martin, number 79.
Oh, you're talking about a defensive tackle.
Yeah, I mean,
He's no
defensive
Russell
end,
Maryland.
but I'll give you that.
Russell Maryland.
Russell Maryland was the best tackle the Cowboys ever had, gets no credit.
Yeah, he went to University of Miami.
Yes, he did. A #1 draft pick of the Cowboys.
The most valuable player for the Cowboys in history was Herschel Walker.
Yeah, because of the Minnesota trade. Yeah. They were talking
number ones and players.
Yeah, they were
for a running back.
I know
that would never happen today.
Yeah, they've talked about the worst trades in history. I think that one's number 1.
Deshaun Watton's the worst trade.
No, I don't think so. I think, in my personal opinion, it's the Brett Favre out of Atlanta trade that Jerry Glanville did with Minnesota.
Yeah,
what a moron.
One draft pick.
Yeah.
One.
I think the most impactful, because it set up a dynasty in Dallas, was that Herschel Walker trade. If you go back and look at the players they took with those, and then getting Charles Haley from San Francisco, how did that team not win 4 Super Bowls?
Wasn't it Russell Maryland, Michael Irvin?
No, Michael Irvin came before
Before
Jimmy got there. It was, don't get me wrong here. I want to say Alvin Harper, Russell Maryland.
No, Alvin Harper played for another city in free agency.
I don't think so. He went afterwards. He went to Tampa Bay, but I think Alvin was a draft pick.
Really? Yeah. Fact check.
But it's really hard to
Tony Casillas was a trade. It was a linebacker. Jimmy Johnson or Jimmy Jones, I want to say, was in that.
Yeah,
tree.
you're right, Dallas Cowboys. He played for the New Orleans Saints.
At the end, yeah.
At the end.
Yeah, everybody wanted him as number one when he was the quintessential. Like,
oh, he
stalwart.
left for Tampa to be the number one. I remember now. He went to Tampa because he wanted to be number one wide receiver.
Yes.
And it didn't work out.
No. He was just like John Stallworth. He was always getting the balls to Michael and Lynn Swan.
I think being a number two is sometimes better. You don't get to have their best.
Yeah, I agree.
Some of the time.
Yeah, but I still think that Deshaun Watson is terrible.
Yeah, it was.
Look at the
I liked
number one picks that the Houston got.
I know.
C.J. Stroud, Will Anderson. I know. But
as the clubs arrive on a paired board, and Rick does have a 3.
Rick's been in every hand.
He's got
a set of 10s. I feel like he's won more hands than he would, but not the more money.
Yeah, that's true. He had 10-3, so he had the boat, but he started off with a set of 10s. I haven't seen a lot of boats for PLO.
I think you'd see more.
Yeah, I mean, we had the boat over boat, but that Lottie lost. But as we played the Torello and Sam. 81, that was a good year for me, bro. Freshman in college, life was good.
I was 13.
Okay, thanks.
I love the 80s.
I love the 80s. That's kind of a whole show, isn't it?
It is. I just realized I'm that guy. No, but it was.
Yeah.
It was a great time for me. I mean, I've been pretty blessed in my life, but that was a great time. I enjoyed high school. And
well, the internet tells you that was the we're all living in the Matrix after the 80s. That the 80s were actually the last real world.
We could not be living.
Yeah, we should. Should not.
If this was the Matrix, I wouldn't have bad health.
Yeah, well, there are so many reasons this is not the Matrix for me.
I didn't even know there was a new Matrix movie that came out in 21.
Really?
Yeah. The new one came out, the 4th one. I didn't even know that until I was flipping through.
I still
Amazon
don't know
Prime.
it.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, take a look at it. It's a whole new Morpheus. It's the same Keanu Reeves. But
I did hear about that. It was a complete bust.
I watched 10 minutes of it. I was like, this is dumb.
Yeah, there's certain movies you can't reboot. I'd always say the Total Recall was the worst remake of a movie ever. That one with Colin Farrell.
They're talking about doing Terminator again. That's going to be bad.
You know,
Terminator, it was perfect.
It was perfect. James Cameron.
Yeah, I don't
saw that in the theater, and I was just stunned at the whole thing. And the second one was even better.
Yeah. Rick is feeling obligated to call.
I think he is. He's on the button. He's got to defend the button.
He's on the button, yeah. You got to defend your button. You got to defend your MP +1. You got to.
Lottie's got an unsuited. All of the Lottie's aces have been unsuited.
East Coast, 995.
Yeah, he's playing the traditional GTO PLO way.
Yeah, he is.
Aces jam. Aces jam.
I should be going 95.
Also where they caught the guy.
Didn't work for me in the tournament the other night, that's for sure.
All right, Lottie's getting 2 callers here. Rick and Bray, I feel like it's 3 players or 4 players always playing. There's only 5 right now.
And the worst possible flop.
That is a terrible flop.
Rick's got it.
Rick's like, that's why you call off with King 8 off.
And Lottie, does he jam there or pot size bet? He's thinking the kings are less likely to be hit because there's 2 of them out there. But unfortunately,
I think this is really good information. If somebody calls, they have a king 100% of the time. Yeah, it's like really good for Lottie. Lottie can dial that back. Maybe pocket 10s also. So
well, Rick did a little Hollywooding.
Should I call with
Will
my
not work with
backdoor
Lottie.
straight flush?
Yeah. Dead card. Spades are a draw now, which Rick has as well. Lottie does fall for it.
Wow.
And bets 504. So this is going to be a tank jam. Obviously, he's going to call
I don't know
here.
why he's not calling off.
A little bit of a knit roll. He doesn't even have 500 behind. No.
He's only losing to one. He's only losing
10s, 5s, or a king.
King 5,
a better
king
king.
10.
Maybe he's worried about
that.
kickers. He's worried about his kicker a little bit, like he's losing to an ace king, an
I
ace
get it,
queen,
yeah.
or king queen, king jack. He's running through it in his head right now.
I think it's also Lottie's image.
But it does. It does. That's a really great point.
So he's just going through it now. You think he finds a fold?
I don't think he can. He's going to hate it, but he's going to call.
Looks like he's going to fold, huh?
He's telling him all about it. The action's in it pretty much. He can't raise, so he looks at his watch. How much time have I got left to recover from this you-know-what show? He's going to fold. He just gave the palm up sign. Yeah, wow. Lottie, you maestro. You maestro, he shows. Oh, my gosh. I think Rick told him, he even said it's aces or a better king. Wow. Wow. That's incredible. Well, kudos to Lottie for using his image, although I don't think he knew he was using his image.
He folded.
I can't either. Well, there's the hand of the night.
Yeah, I was.
Not that we've had a lot of contenders. Wow, what do you say about that fold?
There's a lot of drawers that I don't pull out.
They're talking
He's better
about
than
it.
I would have called that.
Oh,
I am
yeah.
surprised Lottie,
especially
Lottie barreled
the
off
night
on
that he's having.
Yeah.
Which was probably a factor in him folding.
The last time I played
And I think we just told him, if it is anybody but you, that finger wag is if it was anybody but you, Lottie. Wow.
Those pocket twos are hot.
Yeah, they are. They are. We've seen a few. So is that hand right there, the suited,
double suited
suited ace king. 10s for Lottie. You know, he'll call 20. Try to hit a 10.
I paid him off earlier with my Saturday.
Kind of nice little low hand, single suited for Fireman Scott. He may be deciding on what his next move is, regardless of cards. What kind of player he is. Up against 3 other opponents, that's a little difficult, though.
Looking for a 5 or a 3 on the flop.
Well, you called it. Nice call.
Now he's
nice prediction.
Yeah, now he's got the full wrap.
Yeah.
Here. Plus he blocks it.
He's got it. Yeah, you're right. The wrap.
And he blocks though.
He does block himself. He blocks himself and everybody else.
And we don't see.
But Lottie's got the set, and Rick's got the clubs. So I think we're going to see some. Yeah. And 2 pair for Seth. Oh my gosh, everybody's got something. Everybody but Bray, who gets out of the hand. Everybody's got something. Top 2, set, club draw, straight draw. Not straight draw.
What noise?
I'm all in.
That's not what I wanted.
Mel just said if we had a noise, and we looked at her with our headphones on like, no. Yeah, maybe somebody got coolered.
So Lottie's going to go ahead and jam right here, which is great.
Yeah.
It's a perfectly fine movie.
And
he clearly knows there's a lot of people with interest.
This is the hand of the night, folks, as far as value. 2,475 in, and he's going to get called by somebody.
I mean, Fireman Scott has some equity here, right?
But he folds it. Smart player.
Yeah,
he knows the flush.
His outs are gone.
Well, the flush draw. Yeah, he's got too many outs.
If it wasn't for the clubs, he would have called all that.
I agree.
Now Rick has the nut flush draw.
And Seth is all in too, so we're looking at it's only 1776 because they had less behind. So we devalued a little bit.
With 2 pairs. I could probably could have gone away from that.
You're going to run it twice.
Do you have life?
Yes, I do.
You have better clubs than me?
So Lottie's wanting the board to pair, not likely with the card removal of the 3s and the 5.
That's right. Lottie also has flush draw, but
yes,
give me a less likely.
Well, he's got a lesser flush draw. Very small side pot with Seth, $86. So we're going to make the pot right. Lottie's got to fade a club. That's a nice clean card. Does give 2 pair to Seth. Total brick. So that's going Lottie's way with the set of 10s. Sal's going to run out board number 2. That's a nice clean card. 2 pair now for Rick with king 3. And 2 complete blanks. So Lottie's going to take it all. Great hand, big payoff of the night. Even got Lottie to stand up, which occurs once every summer solstice and I think Arbor Day.
That's going to be it for Rick, I believe.
Yeah.
A few times.
Rick is like,
You know, if you're not going to hit any of my draws, I'm not going to play.
Great hand by Lottie. 2 clean boards, no clubs. Really hard on Seth. So we're down to 4 players. Not that we're playing a tournament, but it's kind of seemed that way at times.
Or 655 Sal.
As Lottie and Fireman Scott go over the hand. Probably the 2 most accomplished players at the table as far as their records. Lottie being an extremely accomplished tournament player, and Fireman Scott being a professional PLO player and a fireman. He says he told me I don't know if he's still a fireman. Maybe he isn't anymore because he told me I make my living playing PLO. Now that may be a commentary on how much you get paid as a fireman. I don't know. Maybe his hobby is being a fireman. And his job is PLO. We'll have to ask him. So again, we are not getting the statistic on stack size. I'm going to actually go ask Mel about that. See who the big winner is so far.
At least the 10 on every hand.
How do you have a set of 10s there when I have my 10?
Because blockers don't mean a damn thing.
Yeah.
Blockers are overrated.
Evidently.
You know how many punts I've talked myself into because of blocking and unblocking?
Oh, okay.
Punt.
So, freak. Okay, yeah. Sorry,
I think it's like 80.
Oh, yeah, it's 75. Wait, no. I gotta make change. 75, yeah.
75?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to keep the 10 and the 20 on? There's like 20 more
down.
minutes or something?
I'll
Or at
keep
least
it
the
going.
10.
I'll keep it going.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would get real boring.
That's fair.
3 checks.
Same thing.
Tens couldn't go back to back.
They actually do.
All right, Melvin says that we should have had them, and she did not know they were not on. So
oh, really?
I should have said something too. She may have given me a really stink eye when I said, "Yeah, we haven't had the stats all night." She should have seen. Well, see, we're still not seeing it.
It would have
PFR.
been back to back if you called, and then I would have been a side camper.
Yeah, I don't know why we're not seeing the stats. Oh, let me ask her again.
Very nice hand. I can't believe that held twice.
Neither can I. I 2 of the clubs were busy, like in my hand at least, so that tilts it a little bit.
No, for sure. Like I said, I really thought you were folding to a chip. I was way wrong.
Yeah,
So we got Fireman Scott is not really hand right now. He's off the side, so his pocket 10s are wasted. Ace King here with the suited King 4 set. It's good enough to play, especially when you're only 3-handed here. All right, Seth's going to flop top pair, and he's got the blocker to the nut flush draw here, so. Really kind of an ugly hand for both.
Good for the moment, but I was live.
I had no draws.
I had spades. I had spades. That's what I had.
I just learned blockers.
Well, we're trying to figure out for you where we are in the stacks and the big winners.
We'll just put the 20 in from his stack.
While we do that, I'm going to tell you about another tournament that we have.
Like the the biggest part of my life I lost. It was a 10K PLO pot, and like I heroed somebody with top pair, and
All right, maybe I'm not.
no, I lost. But it's not like there's a bunch of drawers that missed, and some counter for 2 pairs, and I block almost none of it. And I unblock it all. So either flop the set or I win.
I was hoping to show you our Sunday tournament that we have, but I don't see the advert that I can click on. Probably because it's the Trailblazer replaced it. But we do have a $300 buy-in, 5K guarantee, black chip bounty on Sunday, one of my favorite tournaments. So come on out for that. Obviously, we talked about our Trailblazer series coming very soon.
Yep, in October, right?
October 18th through the 26th.
We got Seth flopping an open-ended here, and he's going to miss. Now we have hearts available.
Now we have queen, just one pair. Jack, that's a real clean. Nobody had a 10 or anything to go. Oh, I take it back. We do have Jack 10, but
it's a straight now. Seth hit the straight.
Yep.
You're supposed to bet the turn.
But he's not getting through.
Yep.
We got a player.
Another small pot as we get a new player coming in. Met this young man outside. Told him I was very jealous of his hair, and that I would never wear a hat if I had his hair.
I love hats.
Really? I wear baseball caps all the time. I'm wearing my Special Operations Medical Association hat tonight.
Oh.
How much are you getting? No, I usually know what you have.
A lot of people don't know that our
walls full of hats. Like hanging around.
Oh, really? All baseball caps or all sorts of things?
Baseball, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I've got a whole shelf of hats. People look at it and say,
I've never even worn most of them.
Yeah.
I only rotate
I'm
like
kind of the
3 or 4
same.
hats.
I wear the same 3 or 4 hats. I just got this one. A lot of people don't know. I do work with military medicine, but the largest practitioner group for third world nations medically is the U.S. military. We by far treat more civilians than we do service members, and in some countries the only medicine they get is from the presence of the American military doing a fantastic job. So the Special Ops Medical Association supports that, so I'm a big supporter of them.
Isn't it tough to
You know, the American military's delivered more babies than any other institution that has ever existed in the history of mankind.
I was asking my son, is it tough? And I don't know that I by means no expert at all, but is it tough to help people that don't want to be helped? That's what my son.
Yeah.
My son who's in the Air Force just graduated last year, so he's doing. But my other, who just got out of the Navy, said, yeah, they would because of the boat they were on, they would help people. They weren't help.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a very common occurrence. Yeah, I had a little experience of that with myself.
Okay, I'm not sure what Seth is. Oh, Seth is out.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be kind of he's going to raise to 25 coming out of our new player. He's going to push the pot his way. And he's going to show that he had very little. Dusting it off. I like it.
Yeah, like most of the PLO is 2 rebuys max.
Yeah, the clubs couldn't tell. Sorry, folks.
Back up to 5 now.
Yep, back up to 5 players now that Dustin It Off has joined us as he adjusts his chapeau.
Can we get a ruling on that? Where's Spiros when I need him?
Spiros is back there.
Don't bother him.
Really?
Oh, they can hear everything.
So down to our final 30 minutes, and we're working on 70. What hand is this? 89. Yeah, very.
I didn't think we would go that far.
Yeah, I was thinking 95 to 100, so I think it will be right on.
Having 6 players.
Yeah, it rolls it over pretty quick. About even with a hold'em.
Ooh, too bad that Jack's not a diamond. That would have been a nice hand.
Yep. Middle wrap for Dustin It Off. Seth has got a suited pair of jacks.
I think Fireman plays
suit.
this hand.
I agree. He might even raise this
Double
hand.
suited and a pair.
Oh,
and all connected.
we were rooting for it.
It really was. I wanted to see that
Well,
damage.
yeah.
Let's see if it hits.
So Seth raised to 75. That had a lot to do with it.
I feel like that's a shame to TFA. What the hell?
3 players.
Oh, a 2 right.
Oh, he's kicking himself now. Seth gets his queen, makes his checks.
He's going to go off on that open-ended.
And he's going to get it through. I mean, there's spades for him as well. So, yeah, unlikely. Did we get all in?
Seth does call. Okay.
No, he did call. Not
Ace
sure
or
why.
six
I
is
guess
what
he's
he's
open-ended. Yeah, that doesn't help him much. That doesn't help him much.
So that first one is me.
Yeah, that gives him a boat. Ace or 6 is what he's looking for here.
And he gets it. He gets it. Makes the wheel. Wow. The ace from space, as Tony G always says. Wow.
I mean, Seth didn't have an amazing hand, so
yeah,
he just had a queen.
Yeah, yeah. So they're probably both relieved.
What'd you have? Oh, you had an open-ender. Has to be the ace of hearts, not the ace of diamonds.
Look for the ace either way. Ace is good. Oh, you got 10 jacks.
What about a horse dealer in Austin right there?
Hell yeah, thank you. Hell yeah, thank you.
Sal, I love you as a person, and I think you're good at your job, but I hate you as a dealer.
That's the first time I've seen Fireman Scott take his hat off.
Shit, I left with one. Yeah.
Well, I thank everybody who's in the chat still. 79, I believe. Get used to working here on Wednesdays now. Mondays are pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Wednesdays, this is about PLO. We've had good turnout.
Are we done?
and after the stream, the hits after, like the next day, have been very good. So I still think I'd like to see us get some big games.
Some 5-10 back would be nice.
Yeah, 10-25. Let's go, bro.
I can't play that.
Oh, you want to play 5-10? I don't. I do
I
not.
thought you were talking personally. Like, yeah,
no,
let's
no,
get
I mean for a commentating standpoint.
10-25. That's a $20,000 buy-in.
Yes. Let's go.
Let's go for the $5,000.
You think I'm shooting too high?
Check.
Not
Scott
much
worked
for
at the Houston
anybody.
Fire Department for 10 years, and now he's been playing PLO full-time for 11.
Oh, okay, there you
I
go.
appreciate you.
Thank you for the background.
Yeah, I
Is
knew
that
he was a
Tia?
fireman, or he was a fireman.
Yeah. Houston Fire Department, that's got to be a lot of action. I mean, one of the biggest cities in America.
Yeah, not to mention they have a lot of natural disasters. Right?
Yeah, I
not
start
just fires,
saying between.
but yeah. Just now, didn't they have a hurricane that kind of?
Yeah, I got my shout out to my goddaughter and godson-in-law who's live in League City, and I was stunned. They had to come to Austin for 7-8 days because of the power, and that was like a minimal storm.
Yeah, Francine, yeah, it wasn't too big.
A
Do you know what the, do you know
ton
where
of trees
you
down.
don't get hurricanes? Hawaii.
They don't?
They don't
You know
get
they
hurricanes.
do.
They do, but
But it's not common. They're a little too
They
far
had
south.
one early this year.
Yeah, they did.
Tropical storm.
Yeah.
I was like, that better not hit when I'm there.
Yeah. You know, if anything, if anybody is prepared, it's these island nations. And I'm always a little bit surprised that Puerto Rico and Hispaniola and those
Yeah, but Haiti
is
they don't
living
have
in the dark
infrastructure.
ages. Yeah, so
Haiti is bad.
we'll leave the head-eating comments to y'all. But yeah, I had some friends that did relief there, including my cousin that delivered a bunch of babies after the earthquake, and it was Stone Age.
Well, the volcano is going off now in Hawaii a little bit.
Oh, is it? Well, doesn't it
It's
always?
active. Yeah, it's always just kind of.
I started to say that.
That's cool.
That hole in the ground's been spewing for a couple of thousand years. Set of 10s for Seth this time, and that's going to be good.
The 10s, 4s, and kings.
Yes,
You're
right. You're absolutely right.
And Seth's neighbor has a 10 as well. So
And he had 10-5.
Yeah.
And I have a 5.
10 versus 10-5 again?
Yes.
That's going to drag a small pot.
No value.
Yeah. Yeah, I turned just enough to pay you.
Yeah.
Lottie's like, well, I had the case 10. That's about it.
Put a 5 on the river one time.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
you gotta get those phones off.
yeah, you gotta put that away. You gotta put it away when
Throw it away. No, I just don't.
So the stream only goes till 9:45?
It goes until 10?
Till 10?
They might go a little longer because we started late.
Alright. Because I need to double up so that way it looks like I'm a winner.
Wait, I gotta be here longer?
The graphics don't lie.
What?
The graphics don't lie. They know how much you're going to win.
No, I know. I'm saying if I double up, then I'll be a winner. Even if I lose it after the stream, you know? That's the
Double strat, live 20. Oh, sorry.
So, just an update. The stats were off all night tonight. They knew they had that issue. They didn't share us with us ignorant commentators. But
I just believed you.
You just what?
I just believed you.
Yeah, I started saying you should never do that. Yeah, I bet he has seen a lot. Any fireman working in Houston has seen a lot. My cousin Tim was the head EMT for the fire department in San Antonio. And, yeah. And as a medical guy, he still told stories that made my hair stand up.
So we got some diamonds here.
Yeah,
Bray
diamond
with
draw for, it
the
looks like Bray's
second
got.
nut, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He wants to see that ace of diamonds, but he really doesn't want it because that'll pair the board. So.
Yeah, that 9-4 is going to be the best hand for Seth. He's going to bet it out. Obviously, he's got the boat, 4s over 9s. Oh, and he gets 2 calls?
He has an armada.
Ace 9 stayed in the hand, and the diamond stayed in the hand.
I mean,
nice little pot. Hitting his river for the weakest hand going into that. At least equity-wise, he was in the middle.
I guess till the end of the stream, if you're okay with that.
took me longer than it should have to figure out what happened. Oh, we had a boat. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. You had a flush. But
well, you know, that's the thing about PLO. It's like somebody has to be really staring at the cards, you know. As we get the stacks, Lottie's got 2,300. This doesn't tell us how much they've increased, but the buy-in was a max 1,000, so Lottie's obviously the big winner tonight. Fireman Scott, as you would expect, has just doubled himself up.
60? Oh, so I was right the first time. Okay.
Seth is now turning a profit. That seat was not good for Wayne.
I'll call that.
And Rick had a rough night. Both of them out of the game now.
Yeah.
And then 4 folds. Oh, okay.
I don't even want to see my cards yet. Don't raise. I haven't looked.
There's some interesting hands that don't look like much.
I just want to check blind without looking.
All right.
Bray's probably going to fold as well. Maybe he feels like that. Yeah, he's game.
I still have
know the rules.
So Bray raised 60 and Seth called actually.
All right, well, action's on you. I
As
still
we go
haven't
to a
seen
flop.
it. The stream knows, but I don't.
Couple of diamonds there, maybe some straight opportunities. Got a gutter for Bray, no diamonds, and no diamonds for anybody. So Seth actually has the best hand with jacks. Oh, he does have a gutter if he can hit that.
So
king.
where's the gutter for Bray?
I'm sorry, Seth.
Oh, Seth. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Queen 10. And he gets there.
Right?
Queen 10 is, well, it's not showing it on the board right now, but there is a king. Our board is not showing correctly. That's actually a king at the end. It's okay, now we're corrected. No diamonds, so Seth takes it down.
Yeah,
Another
so
good pot.
So he doesn't, unable to raise with the diamond showing.
Well, yeah, the board was kind of moving around on us. as we hit the Charles Haley hand.
No one follows
You
him.
drive a Chevy Impala?
What color?
Are you illegally parked?
Oh, wait, what happened? What do you say?
There's a Chevy Impala that is going to be towed because it is illegally parked.
Wait, no. Wait, what color is it?
What from your sound? I can go get him back.
Sal's done a great job tonight, as did Kristen did, running out the hands. So we appreciate both of them. And Mel, we're going to give a shout out to in the last 15 minutes here.
That's right, because he
As
did
we
that blank race.
tip our hat to our wonderful producer. David, thank you for everything.
Is it a mistake?
No, we got it right.
My turn.
Yep, somebody just killed Mel. We heard it crash.
Will you do that on your book?
Do it for the screen. Once, I'll do it once. I was the slow one, so I'm going to get this right. And I'm going to do that.
What was your name, Matt? Mike? Matt. What? Seth.
Fireman Scott with
I
Suited
appreciate
King
that we're making it
and
more
3
out.
Broadway cards.
My
Bray
friend
with
texted
the
me and he goes,
counter to that with
"Show
Suited
y'all that they're talking about your yellow
Ace.
necklace."
And Spades viable, or
Yeah.
not viable for Seth.
What is it,
Diamonds
205?
are.
Yeah, so 7 raises to 205.
I mean, I think I priced myself in.
And he's going to raise. Looks like a $200 bet, 200 plus, $205 bet.
You said your name was Matt?
Yeah, Bray's going to look to raise the suited ace.
Nice.
Probably just want to get one person to go in.
Yeah.
Just one person, but ambitious to say the least.
Yeah.
What we doing? Yeah.
Well, you're ahead.
We're not playing right in.
It's like he's got
You're ahead.
He
Bray
did
to
get
call
one
it.
person to
Yeah,
fold,
Fireman
but now it's-
is out. And he got a heart draw. I
Yeah,
take
he
it back.
should feel
Bray
very
got the heart
comfortable
draw.
betting
Yeah.
this. And I think,
Nice hand.
although Bray does have, he's actually got the gutter too and a hard draw, but yeah, I think Seth just has laid down,
So you're
although he
saying I
was
ahead
ahead.
for a second.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, that was definitely his flop.
See if I hit, and otherwise loses $200.
Backdoor wheel, gutter to the Broadway, hearts. Other than that, he missed.
What is this? He made it 60, I made it 50, you made it 40?
Yeah. Well, the next person will not be able to make it 30. We can guarantee that.
Yeah.
It'll be 40 minimum.
Alright, so raise the double barrel, right 20.
Get 40 for now.
Is he at the 80? So he's dusting it off.
Oh, he's dusting off. Yeah, so you're rolling.
He's letting me right now. He's probably not.
Well, hand of the night was the Lottie scoop.
Yeah.
This is 125 below.
Dustin,
Two
it's
board
your
runouts as we get a player late to the show. Probably going to play after the stream.
Go to CD.
It's like he's sitting down with 300-400.
Oh, who is sitting in seat 8?
Alright, so we got a blind raise to 40. Shirt is incredible.
What's that?
I may want to play PLO now.
A few more minutes, yeah.
Makes you want to play it?
Yes, so we're going to need your shift.
Ah,
Your name for the stream.
really?
You know him, don't you?
Yes. Yes, we're having a shared moment with the player that's sitting in 8 that we know from playing with.
He's actually just fun to play with.
He is.
He's just a very nice person, gregarious at times.
Yes.
But,
Laborious?
Gregarious, yeah.
Gregarious.
I say gregarious.
Really?
That's at Florida.
After Pope Gregory?
Yeah.
Gregorious. Oh my gosh. What are you going to do with him, Casey?
I guarantee she's not watching that. She just pops in, puts her name on there. It's like she's watching me the whole time and sticks off.
Oh,
now she's going to say so.
is it just like a, yeah, honey, I'm here for you?
Yeah. That was
in reality, she's already asleep?
Pretty much.
Nice. Yeah, I've always said you got the perfect woman.
I mean, if you're on, please say something.
What do you put the odds at?
Yeah. 0.
3 pair for Seth, although 2 of them are counterfeited, so the jacks and the 5s are going to be good for Lottie. Small pot. Lottie's done well the second half of the show.
I guess 5 pair by the river.
What's your screen name?
My screen name?
What do you want people to know you by?
We know Monday. We know Friday.
We know Saturday. We know Sunday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh, did we get another player? These people want to play after the stream.
Don't even look at me.
2 players that we know very well.
Oh, I flop a set. Case king comes on.
Well, folks, it makes sense that down to our last 3 or 4 hands, we're gonna get a full
It was the
table.
sickest thing. Like everybody was like, dude,
Are we expanding into 7
All
yet?
American Dream.
yeah, absolutely. Oh shit.
Now we have 7.
No, I'm definitely.
Yeah, we're almost done anyway.
Oh, we almost done. Why are we almost done?
And how much are you coming for? 400?
I mean, with the stream.
How much are you coming
another
for?
hour.
We can keep
We
playing.
don't get to just,
I mean,
like after the cameras go off, we can keep playing.
What's your screen
I'm
name?
saying the stream is.
TMR 530. What? Yeah. TMR 530.
We're almost at a full table now. We have 7.
Yeah.
TMR 530.
What time is it?
And he's coming in for 800.
I can't.
Unless Lottie leaves. Well, I thought better of it. They put the rope out to keep Lottie in. Chase! Go get him, Fireman Scott. Oh, you're a little late. He's done well. He's doubled up. Lottie's the big winner so far. Hand number 97. Just enough time for a couple more hands.
You don't have to. We've been doing it. If you want to.
No, I'm saying why do I have to end this?
Because no, we don't end the game. We end the stream.
Oh, I don't care about that shit. Yeah.
So we have a baseball cap, a yarmulke, a cowboy hat, a toque, and a baseball cap. So what is Lottie's doing wrong? He's the only one, but he does have the prettiest head. I'm partial to that red hair my daughter has as well.
I overvalued the hell out of my hand.
I set a trap, and
Fireman Scott going
Yeah.
up there with a suited ace, pocket 8.
Aces
Gray
and
has
sevens, yeah.
pocket aces.
All very playable hands.
He's going to 3-bet that to a full
TMR
pot size bet, it looks
530
like.
also has 3 Broadway cards that he folds, as does Seth. So it's going to be aces versus ace-king. The two most unknown players to us, although Fireman Scott is really well known in the PLO world.
Like a ace.
Ace-king?
Ace 8.
Oh, ace 8. Indeed. And an
It's
8
on
does
ace.
show up. Well, you're kind of a little bit clairvoyant tonight.
And it doesn't help me on the poker table.
You know, when people tell me, I say this all the time, and they always tell me, I knew what you had. I said, you know, if you're really clairvoyant, you'd be a lot better poker player. Kreskin.
I know what you had. So no, you don't.
No, you
You
don't.
put people on ranges. I think you had 2 suited Broadway cards, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I knew you had ace 7 off.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's good.
I'll
That's
fold.
good.
What I like is when they give you way too much credit. I fold to the kings, and you're like,
I fold my bottom
I
set.
think I had top set, and I bet $135 into a $75 pot. Thanks.
And you're right.
Yeah. Wow. All right, so this is a pretty actiony little board here. It looks like Fireman Scott is going to put Bray to the test. Interesting move.
Yeah, and he blocks any set of kings, right? He blocks with the set that would hurt him. So
Yes, that's what he's thinking right
yeah,
now.
so he's got the,
It's like
it's one card less likely that he can beat me, and he would have called by now, right?
Yep.
So
yeah,
that's really good news for Fireman Scott. Bray should, he should fold his hand. I mean,
yeah.
We have seen.
He's thinking about his back doors right now.
Actually, all the players have played a lot of hands, but we've seen Fireman Scott play about 90%, 80%, 3 pips from around there. But he hasn't raised like this, so.
No, he has not done this all night.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess not small for Texas because like.
He's going to show his eights. Well, that's nice of
I
him.
came here and they're like, if it has more than 100 people, it's not small. I guess.
Might have cost him a little value there. I kind of would like to see him, not that I'm going to give a professional bracelet winner advice, get to that turn and maybe get him on a heart draw or some other draw. Not that he knew what he had, but kind of feel like you can half that bet, make the same bet or a jab bet on the turn, end up breaking a little
Yeah,
bit.
you got to look at your opponent's SPR.
Yeah.
Now he was well covered, so
yeah.
But still, just get a little bit more.
SPR, folks, stack to pot ratio. We talk about all the time. Like we talk about fold equity and some other things. If you don't know, I know most of you probably do. But yeah, that's kind of one of those next gen stats, and GTO players are very well familiar with.
Looks like we got queens versus 9 and a suited ace here.
Yeah, suited queen.
TMR 530, 530. That's our area code. Right?
Suited ace.
That's
ace
512. 530 San Jose's.
And an ace rolls off. Not much of a draw to any straights right now. Not any draw to straights right now. All three of these hands being very polarized. The 9s now are thinking, well, I blocked the straights, and I have the ace. Maybe TMR makes a bet.
Now looking for a king.
And he does. He bets 225, which is a full pot bet. Takes it down. So TMR's not afraid of getting it in there a little weak.
No, I had an ace.
Did we just go to 10-10-10 PLO?
No, I don't think that's right.
Well, it has been saying 1-2, so maybe.
Yeah, but at the beginning, I also said 1, 2, 5, 10.
Is this a bomb pot? Is that what it's saying that? I'm confused. Well, I don't think so. But we are in our last hand of the night, folks.
Did someone say something?
All right, Sal, this is where I double up.
Oh.
Just like we practiced.
Okay.
See, this is where your partner reads the producer notes.
Well, I couldn't see that if I wanted to. I had to wear my glasses.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I keep mine on. I got those progressives.
And what else?
I just can't see
Those are
anything.
good-looking glasses,
I just can't see anything close.
Oh, they're strictly distance
Like for
vision.
for poker, I couldn't.
Yeah. I got these progressive years ago, and although my distance vision has changed, they're good for this, which is reading computer screens. I wear them just for the live stream, so I don't make too much of a
I feel targeted.
idiot out of myself.
Thanks, bro.
All right, we're going to wrap it up with the PLO hand.
Bomb pot.
I'm sorry, bomb pot hand. I was
Here we
thinking
go.
right
Let's
and
look
saying
for a
wrong.
jack.
Oh, that'll.
Queen 10, jack, or dime. That's how I play poker.
Let's see who's
There's
got
the
a jack.
Queen 10 right there.
Yeah, there's Queen 10. That's a great
So,
hand. And he's got a
king.
diamond draw to boot.
And I see Queen 7, no jacks.
Don't see any
Diamond
jacks. There's the
draw.
better diamonds. Aces.
Yeah.
They're gonna,
He's not
and the aces already have 2 pair and a backdoor spade draw, so dusting it off is not going anywhere. Fireman Scott's probably going to get out of the way. Oh, he's got the jack. He's got the jack.
Fireman Scott's got the jack. Bray's got the open end or the blocker.
Yep. He blocks the straight, the low end of the straight.
He's the
And
All-American dream.
It's 75 to you.
So we're going to get a bet, a raise for Fireman Scott, who has probably, in his mind, pretty safe hand at this point. $75. He's going to get 3 callers. So we're going to build up a little pot here. The next bet could be substantially larger.
Scott would feel a lot better if he had a partner with that jack.
Yeah. So the diamonds hit on the bottom. And Fireman Scott makes his boat.
Bray hits the straight, but
Yeah, so our best hands now are the Jack 4 of the boat for Fireman Scott.
and the diamonds for All-American.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much locked on these hands right now. Aces can always hit on the paired board. He has the big blocker with the diamond, ace of diamonds. Makes the call.
Dusting it off is true to his name. He's an ace.
And he hits it. He hits it. Oh my gosh.
I gotta stop calling that shit out.
Oh my gosh, you've been creepy tonight.
Man.
Creepy. So All-American's going to get the top And Fireman Scott's got to ask himself, did I get called off by aces? Wow. Well, we're ending with a bang here. Let's see how ugly this gets. I think with the with the queen, there's not going to get much action out of All-American Dream.
All-American Dream,
but
just
dusting it off is about to dust it off for all $171 short stacked.
So he should get.
And he gives up the bottom with the best diamonds. Wow, wow, that went from amazing to pretty much a dud.
All right, well, that's it for us tonight.
Well, that is. What a way to end it. I was excited when that ace hit. I thought we were going to see some big
I got to
pottage.
stop calling that.
Yeah, I do too.
You see that all the time on commentary, huh?
I know.
Well, Head got a third down all game. Boom. I saw that on the last game. I was like,
yeah,
never say that.
WTF.
He's never been injured in his life.
I know. I know. Well, thanks, folks. We really appreciate it. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Uncle T with my partner,
Dante Poker. Thank you again. It was a lot of fun. We'll be back here next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday,
yeah,
I think it's the 2-5 game.
Yeah.
We'll give you more information.
That. All right.
So, thanks again.
What a quick come up on the screen for you.